All right, Kai, I hope you're ready for this fortune. This crazy fortune of a fortune.
Okay.
Love and romance will blossom in October.
That's my birthday.
There you go.
There you go. You'll get some
Congratulations.
love and romance on your birthday.
It will
Good
blossom
luck.
on that day.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense because I'm going to see someone in October. So
Oh,
you never know, guys.
Also, Rin kicked Sakura out and said after like a week or two, I'll leave and you just come back. And Sakura's like, okay, apparently.
Yeah, they made a
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
They made a deal. Well, she's like, in 2 weeks, I'll leave. And Sakura said, okay, I'll stop coming over now.
Yeah. So they basically agreed to trade.
Gotcha.
Oh, who's talking? It could be anybody.
Emiya.
What? So
Looks like
Sakura? What? So Sakura won't be coming here for a while?
Oh no, we did this already. I think you loaded the wrong save.
Oh, that might have been Taiga asking.
It was Taiga. I felt like it wasn't.
Okay.
I felt like it
never
wasn't
mind.
Emiya. But don't worry, Jay. I'll give you that freebie.
Well, thanks. I don't have to get the voice out.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Why don't you and your parents do a favor? Why don't you do your parents a favor and go home once in a while for a change? Gramps is complaining about his daughter neglecting him.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen. This does not help me. Hold up.
Classic Jay every time.
You know, I have the stream open so I can watch for the bots, and I forget. Leave Dad out of this. He's not going to die or anything, whether I'm there or not.
That's a risky death flag to put up there.
That is a really big death flag to put up there. And with Sakura gone, I have to be even more vigilant. You're still a boy, so if anything fishy happens here, I'll be the one who gets in trouble and even loses her job. If that happens, are you going to take responsibility, Shiro?
Wait, her job is on the line? Why is her job
Technically-
on the line?
Because she allowed him to have a. She's both his guardian and a teacher, and he's allowing strangers to live in his house. So a lot of schools actually ban dating and stuff.
That'll
Oh,
never
yeah.
happen. Sadly, since I'm a man, I can't really
Well-
confidently deny that.
Did anime lie to me?
No, I mean, not every school is like that, but a lot of schools do ban dating. We're having a part-time job.
Anime lied to me. So many anime
Emiya, why did
protagonists
you
have a
just
part-time
stop?
job and/or date.
Well,
She
they do it in
glares.
secret. They do it in secret, depending.
Tosaka's
You're
eyes
bad at
bore into
keeping
me from one
secrets.
side. I don't think anything would happen. Tosaka's not staying here for fun, you know. I sure know that. Oh, also, Tosaka's gonna teach him magic.
Yes, officially now.
So Saber's gonna teach him swordsmanship, and Tosaka's gonna teach him magic.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Sounds like Emiya is trustworthy, Miss Fujimura.
Says Rin.
Oh, wait. Since you saw another battle, do you guys have any more inclinations on who's Saber, maybe?
Oh,
Finny had a whole thing about it.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit last time. So, I want it to be known. I want it to be known. I got a minor spoiler. I have no idea if it's a minor spoiler or not. I got a spoiler.
From Jess.
From Jess.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault that I just assumed
They sure
Penguin
are
would
making it
watch a
sound
video.
like it is.
So,
But
so
in Jess's defense, there was also somebody else who was doing it with him.
yeah, Kie was also there.
Elf will not be
Damn it,
named.
EA.
Elf will not be named.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. I
I
forgot
can
that
blame
it
her.
was Elf would not be
I
named.
can blame her later.
Well,
It's fine.
too late now.
Oh god, everything's a disaster now.
We apologize, Kie.
I actually blame Pending
Yeah.
for this one.
No, I
He
blame
shouldn't
you
have
for
been
this one
listening
too.
to us,
So,
even though it was right in front of him.
Yeah, apparently Pending did not like the Honkai Star Rail did the fake collab, right? And they did a trailer for it, but Pending didn't listen to the audio of the trailer.
Yeah.
But he did watch the video.
He did watch the video, but he didn't listen to the audio.
And the video contained like Saber doing her ultimate, and while Saber's doing her ultimate, had I been listening to the audio, she would have said what the name of her weapon is as she does her ultimate. Which I didn't.
I'm working on it. Shh.
Which I didn't know. But then Jess and an elf who I definitely haven't named.
I said the weapon's name because that's what the video was about.
Yeah. So I didn't know that. So now I know what Saber's weapon is. So that is a significant hint towards who Saber might be. I wanted it known that doesn't really change my guess as to who Saber was, because I had already before that guessed who I think Saber is. So I still feel good about who
you could change your guess. Your guesses can update.
Of course you can change your.
Oh yeah, I could, but I think.
Because I'm currently on Joan of Arc, but it's just like I don't think she's Joan of Arc. So. Yeah.
I won't say my guess
Joan
again.
of Arc uses spear.
I won't say my guess again so as not to kind of give a spoiler to Kyrie.
That's so funny.
What? That's no fair.
Do you want to say it? Wait,
yeah.
do you want to say it? Oh, okay. My guess is that she's Arthur. Arthur of Camelot. That's my guess.
That's a pretty good idea.
Kyrie could have just, even if you didn't tell Kyrie could just literally watch the video Red posted. And then
I mean, granted, yes.
I have no interest in Honkai Star Rail, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, that's fair.
No, I just mean Red's YouTube video.
But yeah, so I'm guessing Saber's Arthur. You're guessing Joan of Arc.
Yeah.
We'll find out eventually.
Oh, can I put in a guess too?
For who?
I mean,
for Saber.
For Saber. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Put in your guess for Saber. I'm ready for this guess.
Okay, I'm gonna guess MaoRed.
Jess.
Jess, please.
While you're at it, Jess, you should have guessed Okita Soji.
Or Alexander the Great.
But Okita Soji's Japanese. Clearly, this person isn't Japanese.
Sorry,
Saber's in Japanese like assassin.
Do they
Come
stick
on.
to their genders? Like, you know how Hercules was definitely a man, definitely wasn't female. Does he stay a man?
So I'm thinking given that my guess is Arthur that they're doing a gender swap, but I don't know if that's allowed.
We will discuss that more when it's actually revealed on who is who, okay, Kyrie? I promise you. I will go into that. We will go into it. I promise you, Kyrie.
I think it's possible that because, you know,
I can't wait for
the
this
history
spiel. I've been waiting
the
for Jay to
Camelot
go into these tangents. I wait for them because they're so enlightening.
Maybe Saber's Napoleon.
I want to say that
Napoleon's short. I would expect Napoleon to be short.
I'm gonna give you a FGO spoiler. Napoleon's pretty tall.
Napoleon is not short.
Yeah, Napoleon is
what?
actually
No,
really
that's a lie. That's a lie. How dare you read
It's
that
actually it's actually crazy how much he's different from how he is actually.
From history?
From history.
Well,
I would rage.
No. Napoleon is actually a normal height in history. The British did a campaign because they hated Napoleon so much and depicted him as being short, but he's actually relatively normal height for the time period.
Yeah.
No, I like the idea of him being minuscule.
Oh, that's fine if you do. I'm just letting you know that's British propaganda. Napoleon is in fact tall.
Another one, Julius Caesar, super fat for some reason, and nobody knows why, not even him.
Huh.
But you have to remember, around that time, being 5'2" was considered tall, but he was 5'2".
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw the Don Quixote version of Fate? The Don Quixote version of Fate's pretty funny.
People in general were much shorter.
Anyway, this is Assassin.
Yeah, well, they didn't have much nutrition, generally speaking.
If Assassin fought Berserker, I don't think he could hurt him at all. Not in the slightest.
Probably not.
Turns the body into sturdy armor. Nullifies all attacks B rank or lower.
It's kind of hard when you're attacking with a laundry drying pole. It's not even
That's
like
the
an
name
actual
of the
sword. No, it's not a real sword. It's a laundry drying pole.
The
The
laundry
pole you use to
drying
dry your
pole.
clothes.
That is
You-
the name of the sword.
No, it's not a sword. It's a it's a stick you use to dry your clothes on.
This Jess guy, dude.
This man.
That's why it's
it
so
is-
long. It's just a stick. You just pick it up.
I keep
Uh-huh.
derailing us. Please continue on.
Wait, is this me, by the way?
Yes, yes.
Of course. This is definitely. Yeah. This is teacher. Okay. Of course. Even from my point of view, Shiro is really composed, so much so he might be overdoing it. ...
Saber continues to eat in silence as she observes the two interacting. It's been 2 days, but I don't think I'll ever get used to this.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Shiro. It's about the Kyudo Club. Did you hear Matsuri got hurt?
Mitsuzuri? Did she pick a fight with someone in another club again? Honestly, she needs to calm down. She's going to be a 3rd year soon. So, how's she doing? Is she hurt bad?
No, she's fine. She just sprained her ankle. She apparently got attacked by some shady guy on her way home. You know she runs fast. She made a mad dash, but it sounds like she fell and got hurt.
Oh, I understand that feeling. I see. I'm glad nothing bad happened, but honestly, whoever tried to attack her is either a real daredevil or they're just reckless. Either way, they were a fool. I just thought...
You thought she would have knocked the culprit out rather than run?
Fujine grins. Yep, she sure knows Ayako Mitsuzuri well. Who's that one?
Yeah, words.
was-
but it's rare for Mitsuri to run away, but I guess if she's not tough enough against thieves, I suppose things work out for the best. Something like that will probably teach her a thing or two about being feminine.
I munch on my rice as
Okay.
nodding approvingly.
I thought that was part of the thing. I lost hearing.
No, that's me replying to
That's
you.
you.
That's me replying
fine.
to you.
Hey, Emiya.
Suddenly, Ren Tosaka slaps my shoulder, smiling at me.
I have some news for you.
Huh? What? I doubt it'll be more interesting than what I just heard.
Yeah, I never mentioned this before, but Ayako and I are really good friends. Did you know we're close enough that we hang out on the weekends? The music stopped! The music stopped!
Wait, why are she and Mitsuzuri friends? Come again?
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to make sure I tell her every word you just said. I'm sure if I tell her about how happy Emiya was that he heard about her predicament, why, I bet she'd break 10 stacks of tiles from sheer delight.
I would like to amend my statement. See, it was a figure of speech. It's not something I'd be proud of people heard, so I would really appreciate if you kept it to yourself.
They technically do have a visual indicator of like the person being there, but it's a little tough when there's more than one character on the screen. Oh,
Yeah.
really? Well, I could keep quiet about it, but it would be really hard for me to do that unless there was maybe something in it for me. I might just accidentally slip up, you know?
I can't believe this. Sure, you sound sincere. Yeah, you sound super sincere, but I'm not buying it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. I'm not playing around here.
Yeah, there's no misunderstanding here. She's enjoying this.
She's just a little sadistic, guys. She's just
Got
a
it.
little sadist. Just
I'll
a little bit one.
I'll start making Western-style breakfast from now on. You said it earlier. You mentioned that breakfast should have been bread.
think some jams apart from marmalade would be nice, like strawberry jam.
I don't know what you have against Japanese breakfast, you foreigner wannabe. I can't believe you would so radically change our breakfast just to suit your needs, you tyrant.
I wasn't looking at the screen, so I don't know how much of that. Oh no, that was actually in the script. Okay.
That was entirely the script.
Wow. Okay. All right. I thought Red was just like throwing jabs.
No, not this time.
Okay. No, that's really what. All right. Fine.
Is it me?
No, it looks like Saber.
It's Kyrie. Yeah, I think it's Kyrie.
Oh, okay. That is not entirely true. I would also be pleased to have bread served as breakfast. Soft-boiled egg would also be an excellent addition.
Saber jumps right into the discussion.
Is that? No, that's not me.
How hard is it to make soft-boiled eggs?
not hard.
It's not hard technically if you know how to boil eggs, but a lot of people have a tendency to overboil eggs. So
Yeah.
because you have to know how long to take it off the water if you don't have like a machine that's literally for boiling eggs, which is I literally bought a machine that's its only job is to boil eggs.
Dang, Jay really got the egg boiler.
How much is that?
When I used to boil
It
eggs,
was
I
like
just
50
like
bucks.
I just wait like
not so
30 minutes.
And it doesn't really boil it, it so much steams it at the right temperature, and you add a certain amount of water
Right.
and everything. But I think if I'm correct, a soft boiled egg is like a 4 or 5 minute egg. A medium boiled egg is like a 6 minute egg, and a hard boiled egg is an 8 minute egg.
Okay.
Yeah, but when you don't know how long, you just put it in and just wait and just make it a hard boiled egg.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're also supposed to, I say like it's an 8 minute egg, but you're supposed to like, some people that includes the time when it's some people put the eggs in the water before the water boils, and some people don't put the eggs in the water before the water boils. So I can't even tell you if that's like 8 minutes when it starts boiling, because I don't understand how people boil eggs. They just, not every single instruction for boiling eggs is completely fucking different.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a professional egg boiler?
Well, like I'm moving into the condo.
You
so
can just get a machine
I am
for
gonna
it.
have to.
I would
Make eggs.
seriously get a machine for it. The only time I'd want
Yeah.
to like personally boil eggs is there's no machine for making onsen eggs. I mean, technically there is a machine for making onsen eggs, but it's a more
Can you
East Asian machine.
Can you
What's an onsen egg?
explain- Yes, thank you.
An onsen egg is basically it's an egg that looks like it's hard boiled, but it's so soft boiled that when you crack it open, it's like you crack it open and like the egg comes out, but it's cooked still. So it's like it's almost like it's a raw egg, but it's not raw because it's fully cooked. But you crack it.
Or you go
Is
to your
that
local
so
hot
fine?
spring,
You don't
and then
want
you
Western
grab
style
an
food,
egg
damn
and
it.
you bring it
Soccer
with you
makes
into the
a
hot
Western
spring,
style
and you cook
breakfast
it
one
there
time,
while you
and it goes
bathe
right
in the
through your
hot spring,
heads.
and you call it an
Fine
onsen
then.
egg.
I'll serve
That's
bread for
true.
tomorrow.
Some people do
So no
call
more
that.
complaints, right? So what was that? What was said here stays here. Don't you dare
Also
blab
pending.
about this to
There's
Mitsuzuri.
little like rubber eggs you can get that you can just put them in the water.
You can get the
And
rubber egg.
I'm being
they'll
patient,
tell
Saber, all right?
you-
Chat, you have to
Yeah,
understand.
they'll tell you when it's cooked to a certain temperature.
I
Oh,
will
that
also
sounds
put
handy.
a description with a picture for later use anyway.
I
So what
huff
were you
and
doing,
shove
Red?
rice into my mouth without looking at either of them. And then,
Red's ignoring us.
Jay, I know you're posting about eggs, but you have a very important line to read.
Oh, do I?
I don't know. I would say it's kind of.
So why would you be doing something so pointless? I don't know. That seems like a really pointless line.
That's what I was gonna say.
Fujine, who had been watching our conversation with a look of wonderment, finally speaks up. What do you mean pointless? Oh, Jess is dying. Jess is laughing.
If Tosaka isn't going to say anything, I'm going to tell Mitsuri anyway. No way would I pass up talking about something so interesting.
Fujine shakes her head disapprovingly as she eats. ... Actually, I need to think of a way to deal with her, or I'm really in trouble. Breakfast ends, and it's 7:30. Fujine surprisingly stays back and suggests that the three of us walk to school. But we can't do that. I made a decision last night. Now that I've said I won't rely on Saber, I can't afford to take it easy anymore.
It's getting harder and harder to like Emiya.
Look, I am sure we will like Emiya. Like, we're kind of in the middle of his character development, and there's technically 2 other storylines. So
Yeah,
maybe
Kyrie,
Does he
out of
get
all the
less
males that you've
sexist?
seen so far, which one do you like?
Hercules.
Archer's got to be the The priest is up there too, yeah.
The one that just roars.
And Shiro, and I guess keep in mind
He
for
does.
now.
He does his job well. He doesn't talk back. He's a pretty fine specimen, in my opinion.
Wow! Just let it be known that Shiro and Mia has completely different character development in all 3 routes.
I have you know, Kyrie,
I need to know,
Hercules
does
is
he
really
get
bad
less
with
sexist?
chores.
I'm okay.
He is surprisingly less sexist in the other 2 routes. And it kind of makes
So
sense
it's just
why.
for Saber.
Yeah.
Do you
What a
think
pig.
Do you think, by the way, that Berserker lifts?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But not
Yeah, he
like
lifts
your normal
his
stuff.
sword
He
to
lifts like
to slice
hydras.
you in half. Yeah.
What kind of juice do you think Berserker drinks?
It's whatever Phil makes him.
I would assume it's whatever Ilya makes them.
Yeah, it is whatever Philocides makes him. That's true.
Yeah. That makes sense.
You gotta have a nice montage song. You gotta sing about going from 0 to hero.
Of course.
He doesn't- he
That's
actually
very
did-
important.
He actually doesn't do any push-ups. Every time he tries to do a push-up, he just pushes the world down.
Yeah.
Anyway, JayKingPlays.
Yes. Am I supposed to be saying something?
Yes.
Oh, then let's
The
go.
husband.
Did you lock up Shiro?
No, don't worry about locking up. I'm not going to school today.
Great thing to tell your teacher.
I waved Fujine and Tosaka off.
Right after she was all about, oh, I don't know if I can trust you alone.
Why was there no like hesitation? I'm not going to school today. And then she's like, okay, and walks away.
Yeah,
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
The reaction.
Fujine
okay.
freezes, stupefied for a few seconds.
What? What do you mean you're not going to school?
It's actually Tosaka.
Oh wait. Oops.
No, I guess it's still her. I don't know who it is. One
No,
of them.
that definitely sounds like her.
Huh?
Huh?
It is Tosaka, yeah. Tosaka beats Fujine to the chase.
Well, you know, I thought that was definitely a Tosaka.
Well, either
phrase.
way, you're voiced them both, so.
Yeah. Yeah, but they have different voices, Red. Even if it's only slightly different, it is a different voice. Is that? Oh God. They don't even have the mouth open. How am I supposed to know which one it's talking?
It's the teacher.
Okay. That's right. You don't look sick enough to miss school today, Shiro.
No, but my scar hurts. You know how scars hurt when the weather changes? It's like that.
You're lying, Shiro.
Yeah, but let me off the hook just for today, Fujine. It's not like I don't like school. There's something I have to do, and it's just more important right now, so let me go.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's still Fujine. Oh, come on. How can I respond if you're going to put it like that? You always were cagey when you had something really important to take care of.
Fujine's complaining, but at least she understands. So there it is. I'll leave the school to you, Tosaka.
Okay. Not much is going to change just because you're not there. That's not a bad idea, Emiya.
In fairness, him not going to school for the war, actually a good idea.
Probably. Like, I'm surprised she hasn't decided, you know what, maybe we should just ditch school for like a little.
Yeah.
She has to keep up her model appearance.
And she does
I
technically
suppose.
have Archer with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave the house to me. I'm not going to work for a while either, so I won't be leaving the house much.
How is he paying for food?
Uh,
Well, didn't he
his-
say that he's responsible for buying his own food?
Yeah, the part-time job he normally goes to. But I mean, it's like I guess he has money
probably
saved
has
up, right?
savings.
Yeah.
I would hope so. I'm going to assume that's B again. But the other one. Got it. Then I'm heading out, Shiro. If you're going to skip school because you're hurt, you shouldn't leave the house much. Okay, hell. Well, see you. I'm giving you a pass today, but you're going to have to discuss this with me beforehand next time. Man, I was really hoping I'd not have this many lines today.
I should probably clean though. You were out here thinking, oh, maybe I won't have any lines today. I can do drawing or something. And I'm like, Jay, of course you're going to have lines today. You're Rin
I should have
Tosaka.
realized it's breakfast.
You picked Rin.
on the plus side, though,
I
both of
didn't
your
pick
characters
Red.
just
I
went to
was
school.
given Red. The only character I picked was Ryder, which you didn't get to hear Ryder's accent.
I told Saber to meet me here a little later. I always just do the bare minimum of cleaning in here. It's been years since I...
Oh, Red, your stream crashed.
My stream crashed? Oh, I see.
Yep.
Oh, I saw it. There. Is it back? Are we back? Chat, say
And
words.
it's back for me, but I gotta make sure people know that they need to refresh and it'll be back.
Yeah, OBS didn't crash or anything. It was just like a dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like it's back.
It's probably Jess downloading all his hentai games.
Yeah, I'm doing
Just-
it on stream right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. While playing this game I'm
Are you
playing.
sure it's not Final Fantasy 14?
Well, my game crashed, so
Oh, okay.
So it's definitely a hiccup in our internet. Though,
How
you
dare
know,
the
nothing...
internet do that?
Well, it's fine. Just saying it, we have to blame it on something.
why would you pick me and then pick the most outrageous thing afterwards?
We never really... Well, you're the one who lives here. I can't be like Kyrie's downloading her hentai games because she doesn't live here. So I can't blame her.
But you definitely would
Well,
try if I lived
why
there.
pick hentai games? You could have picked anything else.
It had to be sus, Jess. It had to be sus for the internet to go down.
It had to be sus.
Anyway, I never really had any plans to practice kendo seriously, and I
I
was
love how
really-
you passed that over.
I was really only taught how to fight opponents wielding a sword. I was never keen on using tools in a fight. My interests were always making and fixing them. In that sense, this might be the first time for me to learn proper swordsmanship in a serious sense. Saber swordsmanship is different than kendo, but I'm sure there are some things in common, and I don't think they're so different I won't be able to keep up. I hear the door open. Saber arrives precisely on time. That works
Oh
out
my God,
well.
I can't believe it. They actually put the sound of the door opening in the
Well, they had plates clanking and stuff when they were at breakfast.
Did they?
And sometimes, sometimes you
I
hear
just
Saber's
remembered
metals.
yesterday. Yeah. I just remember yesterday Red reading Choo Choo.
Yesterday, yeah, it was yesterday. Oh, hey, chat, you don't know this, and I mean, YouTube, you don't know this, but we actually do this every single day, and not every Tuesday at 7 p.m. CDT.
Yeah.
Look.
Red has to go back and get all the death sequences, so it makes sense.
At some point, I have to. I'm thinking when I do that, Pending gonna be there with me.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Cool. That works out
We
well.
should probably have it at Plompers and Jay there as well to voice.
Properly, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
As long as you tell me in advance when that's happening.
We'll have to figure out when. It'll probably be like, I don't know, maybe after. I don't know when we'll do it. We can do it all in one big session.
We're
which would
gonna be here
crazy.
for months.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Look, Mother's Day broke my brain, so I'm just not really into it right now.
I'm just saying that we should wait
There.
a while before we do them, so we can do just like a batch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That works out well, since I just finished cleaning. Sorry I made you wait. I was thinking of you having to teach me here.
Yes, it's something the matter, Shiro? You look like you haven't just seen something unusual.
Oh, it's nothing. I was just surprised that you're still in the same clothes. I thought you were going to wear your other outfit. We're training with swords, so I immediately thought of Saber in her armor, since that's what she always wears when she's fighting.
Yes, fighting with a person who's not trained is definitely gonna make Saber break a sweat.
If you prefer me armored, I can change. You are right, I was not thinking. Even should we only be practicing, I am disrespecting you by not wearing my armor. My apologies, I will change right away.
Oh, Saber being way too nice for this world. How dare they?
That's not what I mean. I just misunderstood.
So as she says things like that, I'm like, this doesn't feel like Arthur.
I just misunderstood. It's fine. I actually prefer you in that outfit to your armor.
Have they explained why there are potential changes in that? I thought we explained that potentially in the previous, that it's not the mythological person per se, but the public perception of the mythological person.
Sometimes
I don't feel like this is keeping with the public perception of it either, though.
It depends. It's really awkward.
Well,
sometimes,
in universe public perception of the mythological character.
Sometimes you can summon them, like in the public perception. Sometimes you can summon them more how they actually are. I assume that there must be some way to summon Hercules as if he was Disney Hercules.
I bet you if
You
Disney
sing Zero to Hero.
Yeah, I'm sure if
You summon Hercules while I was playing the
I wonder if
Zero
it's
to
based
Hero
off
song.
of the person who summons them. So maybe if
Use
that
that as a
person
catalyst.
thinks of Disney Hercules as Hercules, maybe they would summon Disney Hercules.
Yeah, they actually.
And I would assume it'd be Ryder version of Disney Hercules.
I think and the way it would work too, he would probably look and sound like Disney Hercules and probably even know a little bit about the movie, but he would still have the memories and stuff of like his personality would be Disney Hercules.
He has all the different iteration memories of the different versions of himself, but he is still Hercules.
But it also should kind of depend on who's summoning them, because you normally summon a servant closer to you, your personality. Well, your personality is the wrong way to put it, but like summon one that like aligns with you normally.
Yeah.
So like he summoned Saber, so Saber technically aligns with him when it comes to like
they're supposed to be compatible. You know, a little bit compatible.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny that
Rin and Archer.
Rin summoned Archer, and they really just hated each other at the first 5 seconds.
But Rin and Archer are so compatible. Like,
sure, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, it's
absolutely.
really funny that the first 5 minutes was absolutely just like, fuck you too.
It is two tsunderes sunderaing off.
Two tsundere at the finest times of two tsundere.
Yeah, that would be the sitcom name. Two tsunderes in a chair, or I guess like a dozen chairs.
But I think that's like,
tsunderes.
That doesn't sound like a sitcom.
Yeah.
But I think that's like the lore of the current version of the summoning system, because obviously, you know, in the 25-ish years or 20-ish years since then, they've definitely messed with the summoning lore.
How dare they?
Oh, sure.
They need to maintain consistent canon. Just like Star Trek, which has never had any issue with its canon ever.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe you're trying to say that. But
Yeah.
You trying to get yourself canceled as a Star Trek fan?
Never once has Star Trek ever had a canon issue. The spore drive fits perfectly with the lore.
And Star Wars as well. You know, those mitochondrians have always been there.
Oh yeah, no. Man, I remember back when I first watched Star Wars
the
episode
1970s Star Wars.
Oh, but
Back in the day when Luke Skywalker measured his midichlorian count.
Oh, sorry, we're not mitochondrians.
Yeah.
so kind of
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Midichlorian is the powerhouse of the Jedi.
You're right, correct.
Yeah.
kind of back. We're gonna jumping back on the topic of can they be like the wrong gender or something? But this is the situation. And like I said before, there was a skill called Innocent Monster that makes you more like it makes you more like the perception or the stories or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or the servant themselves might end up wanting to be something different. So, in the situation of a servant being summoned as the opposite gender, Leonardo da Vinci gets summoned.
I was gonna say I didn't want to mention Leonardo da Vinci being a female, but
Leonardo da Vinci gets summoned as a girl that looks like the Mona Lisa, but Leonardo da Vinci was not a girl when he was alive. He just thinks, damn, the Mona Lisa, that's the prime specimen of what you should look like. So when you summon him,
the guy when the person summoned them, they just straight up didn't know who Leonardo da Vinci was, is what I'm gathering from this.
So Leonardo da Vinci because himself makes himself be summoned as a girl that looks like the Mona Lisa.
yeah. So officially, Leonardo da Vinci is trans in the Fate universe. He chose to be a female.
If you summon him.
What if it was public perception? What do you think the odds are that he would have just straight up been a Ninja Turtle?
Ooh.
Oh, that would have been great too.
Yeah.
He probably would have like a turtle power.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fate is something.
Leonardo da Vinci rider rides a turtle.
I'm sorry, Leonardo da Vinci rides a big tank thing.
I understand that that's based off of his sketches, but wouldn't it be funny if it's a turtle?
Okay, Leonardo da Vinci Archer has like a dinosaur.
Are you not saying my outfit is unsatisfactory?
Unsatisfactory?
Bring us back.
I mean, you don't look like you're dressed for a bout right now, but it shouldn't matter as long as you're comfortable. Wearing armor all day will tire you out.
That may be true. Don't you think this is an inappropriate look for wielding a sword?
Why would you think that? It's not weird. You look good. I think you look better right now than you do in your armor.
Is it an inappropriate look for wielding a sword? I thought this was standard, like, practice garb, pretty much.
Well, she just has like a shirt and a dress on.
Do not quite understand. This outfit is certainly easy to move in, but it is ill-suited for combat. I believe this is quite an inadequate look for a Saber.
Don't you dare wear that outfit in a fight, dummy. You're a girl, Saber. Girls look good in outfits like this, so this is fine.
Man.
He's making it so hard for me to like him. I swear to God.
I return the rag I'd been cleaning to the bucket, and I bring back 2 shinai that had been leaning against the wall. So, what are you planning for training, Saber? I'm leaving everything to you to decide, so tell me anything, no matter how absurd it might be. I toss her the bamboo sword. Saber seems distracted as she catches the shinai and stares at me quietly. Huh? Is there a problem with bamboo swords? Don't tell me you want to use a wooden, or even real blades! She's a tough instructor. This is beyond anything I've imagined.
No, that is not it. These are certainly excellent mock swords for practice sessions, so let us use them.
Can I make a confession / also say something that is making me, like, really happy right now?
Go on.
So the confession part is that as we're doing this, I am also working on an article that's due tomorrow.
I'm listening.
The part that's making me happy is for the last little bit, these articles have actually been a literal pain to do because of my arm.
Oh, yeah?
Because there's like, I gotta, like, the structure of the article is consistent on a daily basis, so it always has the same headlines. So first I copy and paste the headlines, then I gotta like look at a bunch of different players, so I have to open up like a bunch of tabs and stuff. So there's a lot of mouse clicking,
Yeah.
and mouse clicking is amongst the things that hurts my arm. So I'm doing this, and it's not like my arm feels tremendous, but my arm doesn't hurt that much right now. And this is really encouraging. I'm very happy.
Let's all clap for pending. And by everyone, I mean not me, because my hand still hurts.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want to say for certain because
clap.
there's been ups and downs, but I
Kyrie.
feel like maybe
Pachi.
thank you. Maybe I'm getting to the end of the part of my life where my arm hurts. That would be swell if that was the case.
Good job, chat.
Thank you.
Like, that would be really nice if that could happen.
Yeah, I want to be without arm pain, please. This has been weeks. This has been weeks. This has not been
Red's
great.
probably in the same boat as you, but not as long with
Yeah.
his hand pain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Red is in an earlier section of his recovery process than I am, I hope.
Actually.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, Red ditched us. Okay, no, that's fine. On his own stream.
He just got up and left.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes. You reminded
Yeah.
me that I put a thing in the freezer, like a hand thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to take off my wrap.
Well, oh, wait. Did the
Just take
doctors
it
do
off,
the wrap?
forehead.
No, I just like wrapping it.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, if the doctors did it, then I could understand. But if you were the one that wrapped it, then just do the opposite of what you did last time.
You think I remember what I did last
you
time?
You have to retrace your steps.
I retraced my
Yeah.
step.
Did you take pictures of the process so that you could reassemble?
Oh, it's too late. I already... Ow, this is hard.
You got this. I believe in you.
Okay, alright. Putting on the...
What did you wrap it in, by the way?
The medical tape?
Ace bandage kind of thing.
Yeah. And now I
He
wrapped it...
He wrapped it in those like boxing
And-
arm wraps.
It's medical tape, to be fair. And now I've wrapped it in a cold glove.
Excellent.
Okay, anyway, Saber draws a deep breath. Or anyway, you're done. Good.
Yeah.
And all goes right to being the normal Saber as I know her. That's a relief. It'd be too noisy to spar with wooden swords. So what are we going to do? Are you going to make me strengthen my body by swinging the sword 500 times or run laps?
It will not be necessary. From what I've observed, your athletic abilities are above average. If we intend to further fortify your body, it would take more than a day or two. You may be unskilled as a mage, but you are not bad as a warrior. You must have trained hard from a young age.
Oh, well, that's all I was really good at. You don't have to be talented in magecraft to work out physically.
It must have worked in your favor. One of the reasons you survived Lancer's attacks must be that very training.
You know that this thing is really cold?
Yeah,
Is that
it
not
should
the
be.
point?
Yeah, but it's rough, you know? It's rough out here.
It's like sand.
I
Right,
hate
but
sand.
it will not be enough to defend yourself.
That's why
No
I
one
hate
likes
snow
snow.
pending. That's why I hate
Yeah.
snow.
Because it's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, Delta. Humans are bound by limitations. Your body has not yet reached its limit, and breaking through that limit would be difficult. That is why I was teaching you one thing. How to fight.
What do you mean, just fight? Based on your tone, it doesn't sound like you'll teach me how to fight.
Of course not. The techniques employed in battle cannot be learned overnight. All I can do is make certain master experiences as many battles as possible. I'm not a skilled teacher, so I'm baffled that you would seek my guidance.
Hello? Having her sound so proud about that makes it a bit awkward for me as her student. So we're just gonna have a bunch of matches?
Yes, that is all, master. We shall not soften our blows. We will fight as if we mean to kill each other. Well, you will understand after perhaps an hour.
Saber readies herself, gently gripping her shinai. Huh? I tilt my head, wondering what she means, but I also grip my shinai as Saber does. In that instant, my vision goes black. Saber's teaching me one very simple lesson. No matter what I do, no matter what strategy I come up with, none of it will change the outcome in a fight against someone I just don't have a chance of beating. That hurt. It's definitely broken.
If it were broken, your arm would look far worse. It may be a bad bruise, but you will recover soon.
I don't know. I have a bruise and it hasn't recovered.
Yeah, but you don't have, like, auto regeneration.
Does he?
He's
I don't
got
have
a hot rod in his back. You never know.
He got
That's
hit by
true.
he got hit by Hercules and recovered. So
Yeah, no, these are all good points.
Okay, then let's keep going.
Do you intend to continue, Shiro? Maybe a bruise, but you should not move again so quickly.
Says the person who didn't hesitate to charge at my arm. Fine, if you don't feel like it, I'll use this opportunity. I got her. Nope, obviously.
Please listen to me. You're obviously fatigued. You must rest or all of our training will be in vain.
But it's disgraceful for you to beat me up so badly when you're obviously taking it easy on me. If I can't even get you so much to raise a brow, I'll be too frustrated to even collapse.
If you want me to be surprised, I am plenty surprised. I knew you were stubborn, but I entirely failed to anticipate to the extent.
Well, sorry about that. I hate losing.
Yes, you have demonstrated that many times, so you needn't say so. We will be taking a break, so please put your bamboo sword down. The floor is slippery with sweat. We're not trying to carry our mock battles in extreme situations, so there's no point in carrying on while we are exhausted and on unstable footing.
Why not? I thought combat training was supposed to simulate worst case scenarios. If not...
That is even more pointless. Listen, Shiro. If you say you are going to fight against a servant, do so. Doing so will be pointless unless you are in peak condition. Have the best footing and a prepared path of retreat. Unless the conditions are perfect, you will not be able to fight against a servant. Your desire to fight while you are in the worst possible state is foolish in itself.
So what you're saying is that I shouldn't even bother trying to fight in situations like this.
Exactly. In a situation like this, there is no miracle which would save you, Shiro. Your best way to fight should be to fully prepare yourself, then pursue the best course of action in a given situation.
Got it. Then I'd like to take a break. I stumble against the wall and slowly slide down to the floor. I exhale. Air should be what's coming out of my lungs, but instead there's only
No,
heat.
they're still exercising good.
Ouch. When my body's throbbing with pain, I glance toward the clock on the wall. It's a little past 11 o'clock. We started around 9, so we've been sparring for about 2 hours. During the first hour, I was just getting beaten up. Saber struck suddenly, then I blacked out. I woke up thinking how I'd be more careful, and I just got knocked right back out. After getting beaten up repeatedly, my body seemed to get used to it, or maybe my anger just triggered some latent power, but eventually I did manage to block the first blow. The problem came after that. Here's a thought. Would humans dare to, or even be able to fight back against an opponent who's so much stronger and more skilled? You Oni. The answer is no, because I blacked out the instant I flinched. After that, it was just a repeated show of a cat cornering a rat. If no matter how I tried to block the attack, I was just going to fall, mortally wounded, then I had no choice but to attack in desperation. Jay. Of course,
What?
she deflected my attacks easily and knocked me out, but I got used to it. I started getting enough time and awareness of into it that the next attack would kill me. So I had just enough time to think to myself, oh crap. I guess in a general sense, I was getting into the swing of things. So after that, I went on the defensive. My intuition kept screaming the next attack would knock me out, so I tried to avoid it like any living thing would. I managed to parry Saber's Shinai attack as they rained down upon me, and while I waited for an opening to counterattack, she struck a fatal blow. I managed to stand up and think of the next time I'd last longer, and think maybe I should go on the offensive before she can strike, since I couldn't hold out anyway. And that went for about 2 hours. I'm not sure if this is going to make me stronger, but I do think it's helping me get used to fighting. Practice is so I'm neither confused nor too calm in the face of an enemy. All I'm doing is teaching myself that I'm a single mistake away from death. But if you asked me if I thought this was meaningless, I'd say no. With no effective weapon to use, the feeling of constantly being on edge is the most important thing I have.
Job well done. Are you hurt anywhere, Shira?
The next thing I know, Saber's right next to me. I'm so exhausted, and I'm dripping sweat all over the floor. Saber isn't even breathing hard. It'd be hard to find anywhere... It's me. Oh. It'd be hard to find anywhere that doesn't hurt at this point. You really didn't hold back, Saber. I actually felt extraordinary having you just come at me without even having a chance of defending myself. I have to admit, I'm saying that it's entirely because I'm a sore loser.
I did try to bring myself down to your level, but I also tried to show you no mercy. No real battles will ever involve making things easy for you.
I tried to bring myself down to your level, but it's so difficult to suck as extensively as you do.
It's hard, yeah.
To be fair, his previous athletic experience is the Kyoto Club, so
yeah,
different skill sets.
Thanks to this training, I think I can calmly deal with a Doberman running at me with his leash off. And then again, it wouldn't be good enough yet if it was just a Doberman, so I'll still need more training. I'm in a moment of an honest reflection. I always thought I trained myself more than the average person, but now I'm ashamed for throwing in the towel after just 2 hours of sparring with Saber.
I mean, 2 hours is a long time. I generally don't recommend you exercise, especially for a lot of cardio stuff, for more than at most 2 hours a day, though sometimes depending on how intense the cardio is, you could go up to 4.
How long do you recommend being beaten by a bamboo sword?
I don't know. How high is his heart rate?
Oh, we should have had to measure that.
We'll never know now.
That is not true. Your attacks were quite powerful. I was so enthused by your efforts that I forgot to
I think it depends on how bruised he is.
Oh? I'm suddenly embarrassed again. For a while, we had just been two people sparring with our shinais with no thought given to being a man or a woman, but now she's caught me off guard. Hold on. I'm going to drink some water.
For a second,
I thought that was Red actually going to drink water, but then I realized, oh no, that's the actual thing in the game.
Here,
just
for you.
Like, for
water
a second,
redeemed.
I forgot about my sexism, but now I'm back on page.
Water, I will fetch you some. Please stay here and rest.
Saber goes to get some water. Whew, that was a close one. Huh? Close? What was so close?
I've only Tosaka was here to translate for us.
I
Right?
drink the water Saber brings me. I must still be break time, as Saber is sitting formally in a kneeling position. Saber's so beautiful when she does that kind of thing. I'm not saying that as a man finding a woman attractive, but because I find her beautiful as a human being.
That's so tsundere.
It's still strange to think she is Saber, a servant, and someone dedicated to fighting. ... Right now, there's only me and Saber. This might be a good opportunity for me to strike up a conversation, so I'll ask.
Oh, do I have a
my
choice
god,
now?
you have so many choices.
I'll
Jesus
ask.
Christ.
Pending to
Okay,
make
let's-
some choices.
All right, let's see. Hang on. I'm just going to read out what the choices are first. The reason to fight. I want to know why she seeks the Holy Grail. I want to know more about Saber before she became a servant. I need a trump card. It'd be nice to have some sort of secret blade technique or something. Um,
Is this
The
going to
Trump-
give us Saber points? That's the real question.
Yes.
God.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Right.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, did I bless you?
Oh, no worries. No, that's not why. The
No,
sound I was making.
thought that was I meant Red's noise.
No.
So I said bless.
No. See, I can't say bless you, so I have to make noises at him.
Oh,
Oh,
true.
okay.
He is a demon after all.
Okay, so let me explain my thought process right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think picking the trump card thing will lead to us actually getting a secret technique. But if it did, that would be the most important one. But I don't think it would. So I think it's a silly thing to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, it is written pretty silly.
yeah. So like that makes me be like, okay, well, the other two are interesting. I feel like
Remember, she did say she didn't want to say what her name is.
And member pending, Saber points.
And Saber points.
Remember, you want to get on Kyrie's good side.
so okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, if I ask her, if I ask Kyrie about what she was like before she became a servant, that might be encroaching on her, like, not her whole like I don't want to tell you who I was thing, and I might not get the Kyrie points
Mhm.
for 2. I think there's a better chance of me getting Kyrie points if I pick 1. So let's try asking her the reason to fight, and let's see if I win points. Let's see if I get points. What happens if I don't end up getting enough Saber points?
Ooh, let's not tell you that right now.
Okay, cool.
That would be a spoiler, technically. We can't tell you what happens.
I guess so. Yeah.
Why does she want to fight so much? I might be able to understand her convictions a little more if I find out why she wants the Holy Grail. But can I really ask her that?
I love the drinking the end of the drink thing. That effect. Well, it's like, yeah, tell me why you want to fight.
Let's see. Oh, look!
To be fair,
I got Saber points.
He got Saber points. He did it.
I did that. I picked right.
But can I really ask her that?
I commend you. You picked correctly.
Excellent. Excellent. It was bound to happen eventually. Last 2 picks were not the right ones.
Saber, can I ask you something?
I upset. I was gonna say upset Plompers, but no, I upset Sakura, and then
Okay, we're all our characters at this point.
Yeah, it's just like, and then I got Shiro killed with my next choice.
You know, it's been 12. 12 streams. It's okay if you call us by the characters and vice versa.
Yeah.
No, I will feel offended if you call me Sinji. Actually.
Actually, you know what? That's accurate.
Yeah, no, that I can understand why.
But Lancer, you wouldn't mind that, I'm sure.
No, just Sinji.
Yes, what is it, Shiro?
Well, there's something I forgot to ask. You're lending me your power because you want the Holy Grail, right? So, what is your wish for the Holy Grail?
Why, I seek the Holy Grail. Will you be satisfied if I simply tell you that I want it? The Holy Grail is an omnipotent vessel. There's no wish that cannot be granted once you obtain it. One should hardly need a reason for seeking such a thing.
Oh, it's unplugged, that's right.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Saber, you're dodging the question.
I guess no art today.
Oh.
Shiro, that's...
I'm not asking why you're
problem is
seeking it.
Sorry.
I want to know what the wish you want granted. But if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. Wishes aren't always something to be shared.
Look, if I don't, the problem is if I plug my tablet in, it's going to unplug my audio and mess shit up. So I'm just like, nope, it's too late now. We can't do that anymore.
Understandable.
Saber closes her mouth, embarrassed. I'm not surprised. Saber didn't form a contract to help me. Masters are the only ones who can obtain the Holy Grail, so she's the only one, only here to assist with that. And that's why she's hesitant to tell me what her wish. But most of all, I don't want to hear her tell me about her selfish. I don't want to hear her tell me about her selfish wish. So I shouldn't have asked. Besides, it's disrespectful for someone without a clear wish to ask about someone else's wish.
Hero, are you commanding me as my master?
That catches me off guard. Saber turns to look at me. Her gaze is serious in her tone. No. I'm not. I didn't mean it that way. I was just curious. Sorry for asking a dumb question.
No. As a servant, I do not need to disclose my desires to my master.
Oh, you do need, actually.
Oh, I do need. Shiro, I seek the Holy Grail to fulfill a certain obligation. I desire the Holy Grail's power to fulfill the responsibility I failed to see through to the end of my lifetime.
She looks straight at me. I see no deceit in her eyes. Fulfill an obligation? And when you say lifetime, do you mean before you became a servant?
Yes. In all honesty, I am uncertain of my own intentions. Perhaps I only desire to do things over.
Saber looks down quietly. For a moment, she looks like a lost child seeking repentance. Okay, I'm actually relieved. I was worried you were going to say something Tosaka would say, like world domination.
Huh. Rin would be angry if she heard that, but she's
Would
not the
I?
type to say such a thing. She may use the Holy Grail for herself, but her wish would certainly not bring chaos upon the world.
That's actually pretty funny, because I think when Archer asked what her wish was, and she's like, you could wish for anything, like world domination, and then she's like, I already own the world.
She really did. She's like, I have enough money. Why would I want more money?
Well, she didn't say she has enough money. She definitely doesn't have enough money anymore.
Oh,
She
well,
used all
I
of
know.
those jewels on Archer.
Yeah, she
Truly,
did.
the chairs are worth something.
You think she
True. The house, the chairs, those gotta be worth at least a really nice place in a retirement,
Yeah.
right?
You think she can sell her chairs to make back some money from summoning Archer?
Apparently, it's based off of a museum, so yeah, I do think so. I think those are some antique chairs.
You think so? I still think she probably shouldn't be the one to get the Holy Grail. I nod to myself. All the while, Saber watches me, her expression gentle. This conversation ends here. I should never have brought this up. The mood between the two of us eases thanks to the mention of Tosaka, and I decided it's best not to pry. ... But the ache in my heart still remains. Even though I was relieved to know Saber's wish was not a materialistic one, it felt like there was something amiss with it.
You're a miss.
Anyway, now that we've talked a bit, my body's cooled down. So we should get back to training. Saber, let's go again. I've had a chance to rest.
Are you sure? You do seem to have cooled down, but you also appear to be in pain.
It's fine, just bruises. So I can deal with it. Besides, I'm healing automatically now anyway.
But if it gets worse, this training will be pointless. I believe we should wait longer and see.
It's fine. I want to do more before Tosaka comes home. I wouldn't want her to see me in this state.
I understand. It would not do to have Rin, who will eventually become our enemy, learn about your abilities. Reckless though it may be, I suppose we should pick up the pace a bit.
Saber picks her Shinai up from the floor. But then, a really out-of-place sound echoes through the dojo. Saber? I think her stomach is growling.
It seems I am hungry. I had not noticed, engrossed in our training as I was.
Did it not sound like Red said that her stomach was growing instead
Her
of growling?
I thought servants don't eat.
Saber eats.
Yeah, Saber's
Yeah.
been eating.
Saber likes food, you know.
Yeah, Saber said, especially because their connection.
I mean, I'm
connection
just
is
saying,
bad. He
Sabers
has
don't
to
need to eat, but Saber's stomach still growled.
You know.
Well, maybe Saber really likes the food.
You know, she's got
The food that she's looking forward to
She's got her
while training.
Yeah, she's got her body ready to eat. You know, she didn't need to eat, but she'll be annoyed if she doesn't. It's like it's like Pending doesn't need to eat cookies, but if you never let him have another cookie again, his stomach might get upset.
Oh yeah, of course.
Heck, he might start getting like withdrawal symptoms.
Unquestionably.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see.
Oh yeah, now that she mentioned it, it's lunchtime. I can't blame her stomach for growling. I'm not that hungry yet, but if Saber is, we should have lunch. And if during that time I heal more, that's even better. Especially since, like Archer said, servants actually eat stuff like souls. So
Yeah.
Well, is rice soul?
is rice the soul?
I mean, technically,
is it
there's a
soul
god
food?
on every grain of rice, right?
Soul food?
Soul food. You know, they gotta pull out the southern greens and the macaroni and cheese and fried chicken. That's what they need.
I'm sure Cheryl's an expert at that kind of food.
That is why Rintosika was like, we need Western food.
Of course, we should have realized it.
Hey, it's lunchtime anyway. I'll go buy some groceries so you can rest in the living room.
Man, I wonder if I should try playing some
Yeah.
Minecraft tomorrow. Maybe I'm getting too far ahead of myself.
If you're going out, I will accompany you.
I'll be fine. I'm just going to the shopping district nearby. No one would attack me in broad daylight, and you might just
Why
attract
even
more.
tomorrow when you could do it today?
And you might just attract more attention if you did come with me.
I am tempted.
He's working and collabing at the same time.
True.
Are you sure it will not be dangerous?
I'm sure.
Start a Minecraft server.
Just wait here. I'll be back.
You just hear the background, like the opening music for Minecraft.
I will say when I'm doing my watercolors, it sounds like apparently the Minecraft person eating. Like the chomp
That's
chomp chomp
awesome.
noise, because I'm waiting. I'm
Oh.
trying to like be really fast with the paper flicking to
So-
dry it down.
So recently, Hololive English had Enreco,
Uh-huh.
which is like a Minecraft RP thing,
Yeah.
and two of the people were talking, and Shiro, but not Shiro.
Yes, sure. Mia from Hololive.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, Mia from Hololive.
Sorry, my brain's a little more broken. Shiori was like standing at the side just listening to the drama, and as she's listening to the drama, she's like, her Minecraft character is like eating carrots, so you just constantly are hearing the Minecraft noise.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah, and so then one of the RPers tells the other one, it's like, Iris tells Crony, it's like, I think I'm pregnant, and then you just hear Shiori do like a gasp followed by more carrot eating.
Dang, Shiori Emiya, dude. Really out here just sipping the tea
Yeah.
It really is.
while eating carrots. Anyway, I grab my wallet and head out.
Archiver slash fighter for the Holy Grail.
VTuber by day, Holy Grail
Yeah.
fighter by night.
Yeah.
It doesn't take more than 10 minutes to get to the shopping district by bike. The bicycle I take from the garage today is Unit 2. Unit 1 is still parked in front of Ryoto Temple. Because as you know, Pending, we rode the bike there and then left it there as we carried Saber back.
Right, that makes sense. Wait, he has multiple bikes?
Yeah.
Huh.
I bike down the hill. I haven't gone to the shopping district midday on a weekday since I was a kid. The intersection is packed with housewives returning from the midday shopping. They're coming from a neighborhood shopping center Sakura and I frequent. I finished buying a bag of groceries. Enough food to make lunch for two and a light snack. I don't buy anything for dinner since Tosak is in charge of that tonight, but I do buy enough bread for 4 for tomorrow's breakfast. I don't know how to make strawberry jam, so I reach out for the cheapest. Well, no, I might get some complaints, so I go for an expensive jar instead. Damn.
Why I just saw your tweet, by the way. Why is it only featuring me?
Featuring Pending.
I don't even have lines today. It's like
Featuring Pending.
It's okay. On Blue Sky, it's only featuring me.
oh cool.
She was yelling at me. She's like, "You better post this on Blue Sky." I thought, "Oh, but I can't do Pending on Blue Sky." Okay, and I do for Jay.
You could.
I
have a
know,
Blue
I
Sky
could,
too.
but Pending. Come on.
Okay.
He wants original content.
Oh yeah. Come on.
Right.
I can't do the exact one-to-one thing.
Yeah, no.
Except for most VTubers do, but yes,
I
you can do
literally
it, I
copy
guess.
and paste on both. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Damn, this is really eating into my wallet. Why the hell do I have to spend 1,000 yen on something so sugary?
I can't afford to post on 2 social media platforms. But I don't have 2 social media platform kind of money.
It's a lot. Sure, I mean, it's rough back in 2004 when you had to post on Twitter somehow.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
Blue
know.
Sky.
The cost of food is still really cheap if it's only 1,000 yen for a jar of jam.
I load the groceries into my bike as I grumble. But then, I feel someone tugging at me from behind. I turn around, wondering who it is.
Oh my god.
Standing there is a
Oh my
silver is a silver-haired little girl. All right, Pending, you're in charge. As you know, P for Plompers. So P for Pending.
Okay, yeah.
P for
no, that
pending.
adds up.
Obviously.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm Ilya today.
You're...
You can give Ilya your pending voice.
Yeah, that's the closest I could do.
I stumble back, knocking over my bike. While I braced myself, the girl just looked at me with a smile. What? I can't sense so much of a hint of animosity or murderous intent
I
from
think
her.
that might have been Ilya saying what, but that's fine.
To top it all off, the little girl says,
I'm glad to see you alive, big brother.
she looks so happy. The hell? She's definitely Berserker's master. She's the master of the monster who almost tore me in half with a single blow. Not the sort of person I expect to run into in the shopping district in the middle of the day. You're not planning to fight here, are you?
Why would you say something so silly? We're not supposed to fight while it's still light out.
The little girl pouts. She certainly is acting like a little girl she seems to be. ... I have no idea what she must be thinking. I can at least sense that she doesn't pose any threat, though. You're...
Ilya von Eisenberg.
Wow.
Burn.
Wow.
Iceburn, but it's okay.
Iceburn.
You're
Eisburn, you can call me Ilya for short on account that I can't pronounce my own name. What's your name?
Me? I'm Shiro Emiya.
You know, it's funny because the only last names that have Von in it means that they're part of a long line that is connected to back when Germany had a royal family. Because only
that makes
lords
My
could have
maiden
Von
name has
for their
Von
last
in it.
name.
You're German royalty.
Actually,
German
I'm
royalty. Wow.
Estonian because they share a lot of commonality
They do.
with Germany.
To be
And
fair,
so
at one point, I'm
um,
sure the Holy Roman Empire, which was in Germany, took over Estonia for a hot sec, I think.
so
Yeah.
pending our history buff.
Yeah, actually,
just
pending
like-
the history buff, can you remind me if it's the
We
the
do
Holy
have-
Roman Empire of
Estonia
Germany
does have
stole...
a lot of connections to Germany. I can tell you
Um,
that much.
I don't. So I mean, I guess like the technical easy well, not the Holy Roman Empire, no.
No. Okay.
So the German Empire, no, it would have been part of Russia at the time.
Makes sense. She's Russian.
I mean,
Oh well, I guess in World War II they took over for a hot second, but
yeah, they would have. I mean, in World War I as well, they would have conquered that territory for a little bit there.
it's specifically only talking about World War II.
World War. So, well, I guess it's technically. So, okay, so World War One, when after the October Revolution happened, the Soviets had this idea of being like, hey, we don't want to fight the war anymore, because part of our whole revolution was we want peace. So we don't want to fight anymore. We don't want to sign a peace treaty that would involve us giving up land. We're in a really bad position right now because the German Empire has already conquered swaths of our land. So there's no way Germany would sign a peace treaty that involves us giving up that's like just without any land trade. So their thought was, or I think it was Trotsky specifically that came up with this idea. What if we say we're not fighting the war anymore? We're just going to offer like passive resistance. And because at this point, Germany is just steamrolling over us, the German citizens will feel that this is like unacceptable, and the peasants of Germany will rise up, and then Germany will join the communist cause. That was their idea. Didn't work.
What? No way.
Germany did kind of overrun the Soviets. Turns out that the German people were not rioting in the streets about that, although the German people certainly were not happy about the overall state of the war, but what was happening in Russia was a net positive to them. So they ended up signing like a treaty where the Soviet Union gave up a ton of land, which would have also included Estonia, and all of that land was going to become like German satellite states. However, Germany then lost World War I, so those places gained independence, although some of them ended up being reconquered by the Soviets, because after the Soviets dealt with their own internal civil war, they then started heading westwards to try to reconquer the territories lost, some of which they succeeded in getting back, some of which they didn't. Then fast forward to World War II, Estonia gets eaten by the Soviet Union as part of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, because Estonia would have been one of the countries that was put into the Soviet sphere of influence, so the Soviets ate it. Germany then invades the Soviet Union. During the invasion, they take over Estonia. Eventually the Soviets push them back, so the Soviets retake Estonia. I believe Estonia then stays as a member state of the Soviet Union until the Soviet Union dissolves, at which point Estonia becomes independent, which it is today, if I am remembering my history correctly.
You may be. I will state here now, take this information with a grain of salt, and maybe you can cooperate on whether or not this is correct or not. It says in this blog, which is called StudyEstonia.com, so I don't know how scholarly it is of a blog.
Mm-hmm.
It says the early Estonians were minding their own business in agriculture when Crusaders showed up in the early 1200s. Churches and monasteries were built. Estonia's today's northern part of Estonia and Livonia, the southern part of today's Estonia and Latvia, were converted to Christianity. The Crusaders came from Germany, but the Danish also had a say.
So
it looks like, and then apparently later on, there's like something about the St. George's Night and the St. George's Night uprising, apparently. But then it goes into like, it's eventually saying like Sweden took over for a hot second.
Yeah,
Russia
so
and all those other
Sweden,
stuff.
I think the order of events in terms of, that's probably accurate, that Germany would have held, or Germanic peoples, I guess, would have held Estonia for a bit. Then Sweden would have, then Sweden would have held it for a little while. Then Sweden loses that war with Russia. I believe the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth would have probably held Estonia at some point, but I'm not 100% confident on that. But
it just mentioned Poland here. Hold on, let me see what it says about
yeah,
Poland.
I think Poland, Lithuanian.
I accidentally
Commonwealth.
added 2 O's, and I apologize to anyone who's from Poland.
No worries.
I can't believe this.
To
So
make
I-
everything
I
even more
know-
complicated, part of Livonia belonged to Poland during the 1558 to 1583, before it was given to Sweden in 1629.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So after the Swedish-Russian War, did it go to Russia then, or did it end up getting re-eaten by the Commonwealth?
Swedes came after the Swedes came the Russians.
I feel
yes.
like so Russia did.
And it's saying
okay.
it says that started during the Great Northern War in the 1700s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes a certain degree of sense. Yeah, I wasn't sure because, like, some of, like by the time World War I happened, there had been a series of partitions of Poland where, at one time, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was like this huge power in Central Europe. However, over the course of, I believe it was 3 separate wars, Prussia, Russia, and Austria basically got together and thought, you know what would be a great idea? What if we eat Poland? So Poland got partitioned 3 times until it ceased to exist. And I wasn't sure if before the first partition of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, if Estonian was part of that. Actually,
Hey,
let me
Pending.
put in.
Pending, I have a question.
Yes.
Can you read your line?
Yeah, we may have gone into a bit of a historical tangent for at least more than 10 minutes.
So I'm
we
looking
probably
at.
Red, you signed up for this. I'll have you know.
Okay, just so you guys know, I'm looking at a map of the
signed up for this
Polish-Lithuanian
too.
Commonwealth at its height.
Yeah.
At the height of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth.
As my job, I have to interject at some point.
I know you do.
half of Estonia would have been in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Half of it would have been Russian. So
yes. I think that's why it's a little complicated. Like, it does
It
say
is.
here, it mentions a lot between northern and southern Estonia. So
yeah. Okay,
All right.
all that being said.
Yes, back to whatever was going on in the story. What was going on in the story? Oh, you're doing a tongue twister, I think.
Yeah. Shioriemia? That's a tongue twister.
Nobody ever said it like that. It's hard to remember, so just call me Shiro. That's my first name.
Shiro? That's easier. Shiro, huh? Yeah, it has a nice ring to it. It's simple, but also kind of haughty at the same time. What does that mean? What does haughty mean?
It means someone who is prideful, I guess, kind of.
Ilya's Phil looks at me suggestively.
Hold on, I'll get up the dictionary out.
I find my way shifting my weight so I can be ready to run at an instant, purely by instinct. She is Berserker's master. If she gets
Arrogant, superior, and disdainful.
Okay.
If she gets into her head, she can probably just order him to crush me along with the florist next to me.
You don't have to be so tense, Shiro. I left Berserker at home today. You didn't bring Saber with you either, so we're even.
Ilya'sville looks up at me cheerfully. Well, I'm not sure even's the right word.
Hey, let's talk. There's so much I want to talk to you about.
Gah! The little girl tugs on my arm as if she were taking her father's hand. Wait. What's the big deal? Is this some weird new strategy you thought up?
What do you mean? I just want to talk. Kids make friends and talk with them all the time, right?
That may be true, but that doesn't really apply to us. We're both masters and we've already fought each other before. We're actually enemies.
That's not true. I don't have any enemies. The other masters are more like pests to me. But if you're good, I might let you go.
She smiles wide as she says this. Oh, just stay back, okay? What's wrong with you? I jerk my arm to throw Iliasville's hand off.
Yeah.
She's about to fall. She nearly falls flat on her back because of how hard I shook her off. Oh crap, Ilya! I don't know why I did that. The next thing I know, I'm reaching for Iliasville. Ugh, her name's too long. Ilya's waist, and trying to catch her before she falls to the ground. I lower Ilya to the ground without saying a thing. Ilya is silent. I don't know what to say myself, so I just stand there looking down at Ilya. Well, this is awkward. So awkward, in fact, I'm about to just turn around and leave, but then...
Why? Do you hate me or something?
She asked with the same glow in her red eyes. She had this when we spoke to her the other night, when she was with Berserker. ... A chill runs down my spine. I sensed no danger earlier, but she just reminded me that she is still Berserker's master. If I cross her, I'm dead. I'd never be able to face Saber if I died in vain here, and everyone in the shopping district would get dragged into this as well. Yeah, that's a safe bet. Ilya's willing to use her powers anywhere. Fine, you just want to talk, right? I'll do what you want then. So that'll be alright, Ilya.
Yep. Let's go to the park. I passed by it earlier, and there was no one there.
Ilya skips off towards the park.
Come on, hurry. If you don't, I'll leave you behind, Shiro.
In the afterlife.
Ilya spins around as she runs through the shopping district. She really did go ahead without me. I'm more moved than I am confused. Apparently, when she promised Ilya something, she treats it as an absolute truth. And that's why she just skipped off happily. It's also why...
tell a child you're not going to keep your promise.
It's also why, even though she left me behind, I don't even consider taking the opportunity to run for it.
Also, I mean, it's both a child, but also, like, she commands, like, 350-pound beast of muscle. So
yeah, I mean,
so maybe
you're right, but also...
I'd already promised her I was going to talk with her, and she clearly trusts that. What's with her? She sure is unstable. But then again, I haven't yet gone to the age where I'm so cynical and as to betray a little girl's trust. Maybe in a few years. Maybe when I'm like 24. Ilya and I are the only two in the park. Ilya and I are the only two in the park a little ways from the shopping district. Kids are in school at this hour, or maybe the park's not popular anymore. Our conversation begins in a tense, wintry air of the park. So let's talk. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to know about Saber?
Why are there so many unpopular parks in this city?
Yeah, this is a bad city. About Saber? Why?
We're masters. Don't you want to get information about the other servants?
I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. I'll get bored if we talk about something... I'll get bored if we don't talk about something funner.
I don't really find anything in particularly boring, but okay, what do you think is fun?
Murder.
I don't know. I haven't really talked to people much, so I don't know what to talk about.
Murder.
So you brought me out here not knowing what to talk about. Didn't anyone teach you to think before you act? They didn't, did they? Then from now on, you're going to be a proper, thoughtful adult.
No thanks. I'll leave all of that to you, Shiro. Isn't it a man's responsibility to escort a lady? So, I just have to follow you.
Yeah, they have to pay for all the meals too. She forgot to mention that part. She smiles and leans against my shoulder. She doesn't seem...
Go Dutch.
She doesn't seem like she's being touchy-feely. If anything, she's like a small animal huddling against something to stay warm. Huh? Now that I'm paying more attention, she does look cold. Ilya, are you cold?
Yeah, Yeah, I am. I don't like the cold.
She breathes out a puff of white mist. Though she says she doesn't like the cold, she seems enchanted by her misting breath. I see, it's a lot colder than usual today. You'll have to endure the cold for now, but where'd you come from? Your name sounds kind of noble or something.
I'm not kinda noble. I am noble. I was born in an old castle owned by the Eisen family.
The Eisen from Bleach?
The
Eisen family.
Eisen from Bleach? Dang.
Yeah. It was always cold and snowy. So I'm used to it being cold like this. The cold doesn't really bother me anyways.
But I hate it. Huh?
But I also hate it, so it bothers me tremendously.
Huh? You're born in a cold
Really
country?
bothers me anyway.
Shouldn't you be used to it then?
Yeah, but I don't like it. I like it warm much better. Don't you like it warm too, Shiro?
Yeah, obviously. I'd rather be warm than cold.
I know. That's why I like to stay inside and keep warm when it's cold out. But I like snow. It's white, and Father says it's just like my hair. ...
I clapped my hands together in wonderment. Now that she mentioned it, I realized something. I didn't know what Ilya reminded me of, but if there ever was such a thing as a snow fairy, it'd probably look like her. Your dad's pretty clever. Your hair is like snow, soft and white.
Right? I'm proud of my hair. I got it from my mother, and it's the only girly thing about me.
Ilya giggles joyfully. Seeing her acting this way leaves me numb. If I hadn't already seen it for myself, I'd never believe this girl could be Berserker's master.
What about you, Shiro? I'm sorry. It's because the last thing she said is this is the only thing that's girly about me. So in the back of my head I was like, what about you, Shiro? What's girly about you? Did you get anything from your dad? Don't say a magic crest, okay?
I have to ask you a question.
You asking me a question?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question. What do you think? What do you think about this conversation?
I like it.
You like this conversation?
I like this conversation. It's really funny. It's really funny. It's really funny because I'm pretty sure someone knows way more than the other person.
Someone definitely does.
You can continue, Pending.
I want to know what you got from your dad as his son, not as a master.
Me? I guess the last thing I got from him was the house. Before that, it was my last name, and the first thing I got was a chance at living again when I was about to die. It was the only one Kiritsugu. I was the only one Kiritsugu managed to save from that fire 10 years ago. Let's see. I didn't get any physical features like you did from your parents, but I think I got plenty of things that were just as good. Ilya looks delighted, as if it was a story about her. Who wouldn't be happy seeing a smile like that?
But from what you just said, you didn't get his magic crest? That's weird. Does that mean you're not a master?
Huh? Well, I am an apprentice mage without a magic crest, but I am a master. Now that you mention it, you're a master, which makes you a mage, right?
Huh? I'm not a mage. I'm a master. I was never taught magecraft.
Huh? Then you didn't inherit your parents' magic crest? I thought your family was a prominent one, since you had a castle and all.
That's true, but you don't need but don't you need a magic crest to be a master? So, that's why I'm a master.
Ilya tilts her head in confusion. Huh? Now I'm confused too. Ilya's words seem off. It feels like we're having a different conversation here. Hey Ilya, let me ask you something. Where do you live? It sounds like you came here just for the Holy Grail War. Does it mean you're living in a hotel right now? Well, for starters, it'd be bad if she didn't have a guardian. Letting a child like her come to Japan on her own is just terrible parenting.
That's the problem here.
Not having a child participate in a war where it's to the death. No, that's not the problem.
Oh, well, you know, maybe when the rewards a Holy Grail that can grant any wish. Maybe it's not terrible parenting.
No, it's definitely terrible parenting.
Well, then I win the Holy Grail and make a wish that it wouldn't be terrible parenting.
You're gonna make a wish to have better parents so that you don't participate in the next
I
war?
make a wish that it just isn't terrible parenting. That's the wish.
Yeah. You make a wish that changes the concept of parenting that where it isn't bad.
Oh, I see. So you make a wish to turn the world into a dystopia that fits what you think your definition of parenting is. I see.
In fairness,
in which parenting is abusive.
In fairness, Darth, Shiro doesn't know what quality parenting is.
That's true. He's never experienced it.
Kitsurugi doesn't sound like he was the best parent.
He tried his best, all right.
Did he? Well, yeah, I guess.
You gonna read that, Pending?
Hotel? Like a vacation villa?
Yeah, I guess so. Not a house, but somewhere you stay.
Then yes. Do you see that big forest over there? There's a Western-style mansion my grandfather's grandfather built over there. I was told that the Eisenberg family's masters stayed there for the Holy Grail War. I can say a whole sentence.
Apparently. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Ilya points west. Yeah, there's a deep forest in the mountains there. The place hasn't been developed yet. It takes about an hour to get to that forest by car. Did you come all the way from there alone?
Yep.
No.
I snuck out today. Sella and Laystritz may be my mates, but they're so annoying. I came all the way to Japan, so I think it would be good to go out and do some things. I may have always gotten what I wanted, but I've been shut in my room all this time. So, this should be my reward.
Huh? You're locked up in your room?
Yeah. I wasn't allowed outside when it snowed because it would be bad for my body. That's why I usually played in my room. But I'm fine. It's not as cold here as the castle, so I'm fine by myself.
Ilya beams proudly. She swings her legs back and forth, seeming to be genuinely enjoying herself. ... I find myself reaching to the grocery bag. I take out the dorayaki, a Japanese pancake sandwich filled with red bean paste. I had bought to give Saber, and without knowing why, I handed it to Ilya. Want it? It's not the fanciest thing, but it's good.
Eh? What's this? Food?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sweets, but this is the only exception. This was a favorite tea snack my old man and I shared.
So you're giving this to me?
Yeah.
No.
It's not as good if you eat it alone, so let's eat it together. I hand her the dorayaki. Ilya hesitates, but takes the unfamiliar snack.
Okay, thanks.
She happily takes a bite of the dorayaki. She practically devours the thing. ... I nibble on my dorayaki and try to stop myself from being overwhelmed by the shocking thought I just had. I don't believe myself. For reasons I can't understand, I found myself thinking it'd be nice to have a little sister like her. But honestly, I think Ilya's too innocent. She might be and really innocent young girl who hasn't learned the difference between good and evil. Honestly, I can't even begin to imagine how a mage family raises a child. But I know without a doubt
I
that...
honestly think she knows.
But
She knows when to be innocent and when to be evil.
But I know without a doubt that Ilya wasn't raised in a normal environment. Tosaka may act the way she does, but she's a mage at heart. She understands the gravity of the Holy Grail War and knows that the killings between masters are murder. But this girl may have become a master without really appreciating what it means to kill people. I haven't been talking to her long, but I don't think Ilya is the sort who would kill anyone. In that case, Ilya, there's something serious I want to talk to you about. But then, Ilya suddenly raises her head as if someone just called for her. Ilya, what's wrong? Did something happen?
Yeah, I need to go home. Berserker woke up.
She jumps off the bench. Ilya runs to the park, out of the park without so much of a goodbye. She disappeared in an instant.
In an instant.
I go back to the house. I decided to keep quiet about meeting Ilya. This is the sort of thing I should be sharing right away, and I know it, but I don't feel like talking about it. Ilya wasn't acting like a master at the park. We talked about trivial things and casually parted ways, so I hesitate to bring up what happened today to the others. I feel bad for keeping secrets, but I don't want to think of the little girl I met today as an enemy. After lunch with Saber, we resume our training at the dojo, and the next thing I know, it's time for dinner. I rest fatigued after my training with Saber, so I take a bath to rinse the sweat off. By the time I head to the living room, dinner's ready. I'm a little moved. It's really nice to come out of the bath and find dinner ready without doing anything. Oh, it's Jay. Jay gets the talk.
I exist. I promise I'll stop watercoloring. Emiya, it's dinner time. Why are you standing there like an idiot?
And yet, why does she have to ruin the moment? Nothing, it's dinner, right? I'm ready to eat. Where's Saber?
Oh god, not again. I thought Saber went to your room, Shiro. You didn't see her? That's weird. She was here a second ago. Maybe you two missed each other because this place is as big as a hotel. Fine, I'll go to get Saber. So you should go to the bathroom one more time. You didn't dry your hair properly.
Oh, you're right. Okay then, I'll leave Saber to you. I waved at Tosaka and stepped back into the hallway. As Tosaka said, the Ime house was built with all kinds of passages and corridors. One of the most notable examples is the various routes to the bathroom. You can get there from my room or the living room. I head to the bathroom. I don't like to use the dryer, so I'll just use a towel I used earlier to dry my hair.
Someone's in... I knew it! It was like someone's in the bath!
And in that moment, I forget everything that happened today.
Awooga.
Shiro. I suppose you must be here to take another bath, but I'm doing so at the moment. I would appreciate it if you could wait until later.
I need to explain myself. I need to explain that this is all an accident, but my mind has gone completely blank. The sight in front of me is just enough to erase everything that happened today from my mind.
Shiro, were you in the bath so long that all of the blood rushed to your head? Even your ears are bright red. If you need to cool off, I suggest you head out to the veranda.
No, yeah, I'll do that. Before I do, I should apologize. I avert my gaze from Saber and try to calm my pounding heart. This was an accident. Well, actually, there's not really much room for me to explain myself now that we've actually run into each other like this. So go on and get mad at me, Saber.
Huh?
I try to keep my eyes averted and calm myself down at the same time. Saber thinks for a while and then says,
Shiro, please raise your head.
I do as I'm told. Hey, wait, why are you still like that?
You have nothing to apologize for. I wish to tell you that there is nothing for you to worry about, even having seen what you have.
Come again?
I've told you this before. Gender is meaningless to servants. Seeing my
This would
body
have
may
been
have
the
made you
correct
panic,
time
but
to
as
talk
I
about the
have said,
Leonardo thing.
I am a servant before a woman. As such, your consideration is unnecessary.
What? What is Saber saying? Even if Saber insists, the fact of the matter remains that she's a girl. But then again, I don't think it'd be the case, but could Saber be... Let me ask you something. Are you saying you're not the least embarrassed about changing in front of me, Saber?
Why should I be embarrassed about such a thing? ...
I figured as much. It doesn't matter that Saber doesn't care, though. I really do. Sorry, just let me apologize. If something like this happens again, you can do whatever you want with me. I do a quick
Is that
180
permission?
and rush awkwardly out of the
Is
dressing
that
room.
consent?
Hmm.
Saber stares after me oddly as I leave.
Like, do we need to pull out the sensor sword? No.
I think in the original version there was a CG there.
There
Which-
was?
Yeah, in the original version there's a CG. I think it's like
Ah.
Saber in the tub. I don't think it shows anything, but I could be wrong. Maybe it does. But they're just like, nah, it's too much. Let's just put a sprite of her on a towel.
And what? They got rid of the original CG?
We finished dinner. It was probably a typical dinner, except I didn't feel that way. I've lost my appetite since the incident in the bathroom. So cold. I had opened a window from the veranda to let the outside wind cool my head, but I need to stop. I'm gonna catch a cold if I keep this up.
Hero, there you are.
Saber, did you have something?
No, but I thought you did. Sauron promised to teach you magecraft tonight.
Oh. I smacked my forehead. I completely forgot. Thanks, I'll head over there right away. I rush to the outbuilding and head upstairs. I knock on the door of the guest room, and Tosaka has taken up occupancy in. We're in Tosaka. It's your
Oh,
time.
Red Tosaka, what? Is it time?
Yeah.
Ah! Shiro, I have my hands full, so just come in, it's fine.
Tosaka's voice sounds from
I'm
the inside.
actually watercoloring over here.
Tosaka's voice sounds from the inside of the room, but she sounds a little unnerved.
I wasn't watercoloring that time. I was trying to see if I could see the CGI.
Oh, you're looking up the CG for the
I was
bathroom?
trying, you know? But I can't find it.
I walk in to see Tosaka holding a jewel in one hand and a syringe in the other, and a handkerchief in her mouth.
She's roiding up.
She really is roiding up.
I have questions, Tosaka.
Here, have... Oh, wait. This picture is apparently...
She
What?
sticks the needle in her arm as she speaks, her mouth full. She draws blood into a syringe. Tosaka slowly drips the blood from the syringe onto the jewel, then grasps it tightly.
I'm probably definitely saying something, and I'm not trying to take a picture at
As-
the same time.
A wave of vertigo washes over me. I can tell it's a ripple of magical energy.
I'm just
Well,
kidding.
She's not eating
I
it.
figured. Even after all that, it's only at 30%. I guess I have to make do with just the 9 I have.
Tosaka slumps in her shoulders in disappointment and puts the stone back in the jewelry box. Tosaka, I came here to learn from you, as promised. But before we get to that, I'm curious about what I just saw.
Well, I'll have you know, because I'm sure I'm going to go into a nice little rant. Yes, I have been waiting for you. You fortified your body with Saber during the day, right? Then we need to train your mind at night. I'm going to shoot you up some steroids. Let's go.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have this conversation with Pending again.
Tosaka seems happy, ready to teach.
Tell me, Shiro, have you heard of human growth hormone? I have this enlightening book by Jose Canseco you can read, Shiro.
Magic human growth hormone. I'm sorry, Red, continue.
Saber said she wasn't good at teaching, but I'm guessing this will be the total opposite. Anyway.
So, what should we start with? You mentioned that you can only use strengthening magecraft.
Actually, before we start, I need to know, or else it's going to bother me. What the hell were you doing? Sticking yourself with a needle is dangerous.
Oh my god, I am a mage! I was just making magic bullets. My family style of magecraft uses the flow and conversion of power. Whenever I have the time, I transfer my magical energy into other objects.
Wait, what are magic bullets, and what's the point of transferring magical energy?
I mean, you're really asking me that when you apparently put a hot metal rod in your bag every day or whatever? I don't know. Magic bullets are exactly what they sound like. Bullets filled with magical energy. Have you ever heard stories where jewels contain human emotions and thoughts? Jewels in general can easily store magical energy, and it seems like my family has always been really well suited to the practice. Which is why I'm really poor right now, because I ran out of jewels. If you don't do anything for, say, a day, you wind up with excess of magical energy. So I put that extra energy into jewels.
Rin's just like, have you ever heard of blood diamonds? In my world, they're not a metaphor.
I repeat this for days, months, and even years, and that turns the jewels themselves into magecraft. Really is blood diamonds, bro.
Yeah.
The jewels obviously have a limited capacity.
I don't know if you can understand that it's not a metaphor, and Shiro looks at her with the realest look that he's ever had. It's like, no, I know exactly where you're coming from on this one. I've never understood someone so much before.
The jewels obviously have a limited capacity, and I can't control them I
must make you tired.
I'm really tired.
Myself. I'm not trying to inject myself with things, I swear. The magical energy.
Rin might have taken out a little too much blood there.
Just a little bit. The magical energy inside the jewels works like an ignition source to instantly activate a large-scale magecraft.
Just like eat a cookie real quick.
So you're saying you fill these jewels with your own magical energy as a backup?
Backup? Like combat support? That's close, but not quite right. It's more like stuffing something into a disposable pack.
Wow, Penny, you also stick yourself with tick off too much blood?
You know how they say yawns are contagious.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been yawning too, so I understand. We're all just a sleepy bunch.
Yeah.
Some say Jess is asleep right now.
Red, that's you.
So you're saying like temporarily expand and computer your hard disk. That's amazing. You'd be able to use as much magecraft as you want with that kind of skill.
Jay, I love that picture.
It was I tried to look up Saber tub, and that was the first picture that showed up. Was Saber in a hot tub with a bottle of Coca-Cola.
Come get this because it's amazing.
Reddit, man. Anyway, hard disk? No idea what that is. Because I love technology, but I did in that really long diatribe I made at the very beginning of how magic is so behind technology. No idea what that is, though.
I want you to know, and remember this, as I've also told Kyrie, that one of her natural enemies is the Blu-ray player.
I see.
Oh yeah, I have to assume that's been updated because like it wouldn't have been a Blu-ray player 20 years. Well, actually, wait, no, did we have this conversation?
We did. We looked.
No, it was before.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was before the iPhone. Why would they have a Blu-ray player? Like, it would be
It
an
existed. It existed. It existed. It just wasn't.
It
mainstream
existed,
yet.
but it would have been rare. It would have been rare.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, only rich
technically it's
people had it.
possible, but I would imagine that the original probably wasn't a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
Eh,
Oh, go ahead.
The two, because there's technically two things on it.
Continue your sentence.
Yeah, there's two things on it. There was the Blu-ray player, but also Kirei Kotomine, the priest.
Oh,
The
yeah.
priest, yeah.
It was probably like a DVD player or something originally.
At least later on, it's definitely a Blu-ray player though.
Yeah. For the remake, they changed it.
Makes sense.
That's what they remastered. The remastered Rin's dislikes or weaknesses.
It's like how in a lot of anime that adapt like older manga, they change like their flip phones into smartphones or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, flip phones are still used in Japan quite regularly.
I can kind of understand why. If you didn't want a smartphone, a flip phone would make perfect sense as an alternative.
I mean, my grandma had a flip phone for a really long time before we were like, you need a smartphone. You can't see the screen anymore.
There's been a trend of people like wanting to go to like phones that have very limited capacity so that they're less of a distraction.
That's true. I mean, did you see like the minimalist trend where someone took their
Yeah.
iPad and basically just made it a black and white screen for the most part with a very few limited activities on it as a distraction-free phone?
So yeah, so obviously you can't get a first party Apple phone that has this, but like there are the black and white ink screens that
Yeah, there's those.
yeah, and like those are really good if like you want like a minimalist phone but still have like aspirations of say maybe doing some reading on the phone, because ink screens are really good for reading because they don't strain your eyes. They don't emit light.
So, to go back on this, she actually does know how to use DVD stuff. She doesn't know how to use Blu-ray players. This is.
I feel like they're the same thing though, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's just
pretty
one is a
much.
slately better.
Yeah, it's just
Like
like,
a
a storage
slightly better-
capacity thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like how
isn't that
what-
even
wait,
crazier?
of all the technologies to leave someone behind, how is it the Blu-ray player?
I feel like if it was like a VHS versus Blu-ray, that would be like an understandable, because
Yeah.
a VHS doesn't have the same mechanic of put disc. It's a cartridge instead. Put cartridge into machine and then machine goes. But a disc into a machine changing into another disc into a machine, I feel like doesn't change that much.
Can I ask, because I've like the five of us, I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest one here, but of the five of us, we're all like kind of in the same general age bracket.
Yeah, we're all 64.
Exactly, yeah. So do you like have memories of like early era DVDs and like your first DVD player and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because I just remember like the original Matrix movie was like one of my first DVDs.
Penny, we should be talking about the PS2 PS2 DVD player.
So I had a DVD player pre PS2, but
And
You did it to yourself, Fred.
what?
because
I think my first DVD I saw was like the Pokemon movies.
that would make sense. Yeah, I could see that. Like I remember my dad got like this computer that was designed specifically to hook up to the TV. So it was like it was a dual purpose like computer / DVD player. It was very weird technology for the time because it really was designed specifically to work with a TV. So it was weird, but it was our DVD player for a good few years there.
I won't say it's my first DVD, but I do recall most vividly like the earliest version of the DVD that I had was the Aladdin remake DVD, which had the game in it that you could play on the
Oh, yeah.
DVD remote.
Yeah. Yeah, you would get like a DVD player remote, and like it would have like it would help
tell you to go
navigate the
left or
special
right,
features.
yeah.
Yeah. There was also like, I remember at that time, because we were when we went to like the Blockbuster, there was like maybe like 8-ish movies that were available to rent for DVD. So I was like, I don't know, like 12 or something, and we rented The Sphere. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that movie.
No, I'm not.
We didn't know anything about it going into it.
It sounds like it's a horror movie.
It is, in fact, a horror movie, yeah. So at like, and I'm not like a person that watches much in the way of horror movies, but like we rented the movie because it was like one of the few movies that we could get on DVD, and DVD was like the cool new thing, so we wanted to use the DVD player.
End of the Sphere?
Huh?
End of the Sphere?
Just let him keep going.
Oh,
Jay.
sphere, like the
like a
the object.
ball. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Actually, wait, Mabel's talked about that before. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, it's an interesting movie. Basically, the premise of the Sphere movie is that whatever you think becomes reality.
Yeah.
But they don't. It takes them a while to realize that. So like they're experiencing all these horrors and stuff, and they're not like aware of the fact that they are the ones creating the horrors. Meanwhile, they're also like in like an underwater facility, so like there's also the entrapment factor in addition to it.
Yeah, which helps blend the line of what is made by the machine and what is just a psychological
Exactly.
breakdown. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Breakdown.
so it I remember watching it like we gathered like on the couch, like lights off late at night, watching Sphere, and then having trouble falling asleep after it. But,
I can, if there is anything that I watched before that on DVD that I don't really recall, I know the library. Now the library had anime DVDs, and then you had to be an adult to get into like the adult section for the DVDs. I'm not saying the porn section, guys. They didn't have porn at the library. But I would use my mom's library card to get the teen and older anime.
Right, that makes sense.
Dang, Jay.
Look, I followed my mother's rule of not watching rated R films because apparently that is of the devil. But you know, I'm not gonna stand by and let Sugar, my little snow fairy Sugar, be in the teen section because of the fact that it talks about a mother's death and a girl dealing with a little tiny cute fairy and her other fairies. So she's coping with her mother's death because
Devil magic.
Oh no, fucking dealing
Devil
with
magic.
death is too extreme.
So I kind of similar to that. I was like as like a kid / early teen, I was really into Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, like in like 90s action movies. Like that was kind of my thing. And most of them,
when you grew up, you should have been Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right? It's a missed opportunity. So but most of those movies were movies that like they would card you for when you rented them. So my mom rented like the those action movies for me because I really, and she would watch like the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies with me too.
I just want to point out for the Fate chat, the anime, the DVD cover was literally this, and it was in the adult section.
Did you post it?
Yeah, I posted in the wrong chat. My bad.
Wow.
Okay, no worries.
It's fine. It's just in the stream chat versus the Fate chat. That's my bad. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna post it in
Red, what if I
in
told
Wood's
you
chat.
my only experience with Arnold Schwarzenegger was the Crystal Beast in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
Well, you know what? Jay, read your line.
I'm reading it. Hard disk. No idea what that is, but it's also not as great as you think. The moment I infuse the jewel with magical energy, the magical energy is bound by the jewel's attributes, which limits how I can use it.
You know what? Maybe the problem isn't Blu-ray players specifically, because if you don't know what a hard disk is, you got like bigger technological illiteracy.
I don't know. I didn't know what a hard disk was for a really long time, but I understood DVDs and CDs and Blu-rays.
You know what? I guess that's fair because you can just kind of, you don't necessarily need to understand much about the technology. You just need to understand, put it in tray, and then press tray to go into machine, and then
That's how I
movie
played all
plays.
of my Disney video games back when Disney Interactive still existed.
I mean, that's
I
entirely,
just put
you know what,
CD into
that's a
tray
good
and
point.
close it. Let's go.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's true. Like DVD players and Blu-ray players, extraordinarily user-friendly.
Hey, Pending.
Yeah.
Look, a distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. But magical energy never ceases to surprise me. I didn't know you could store it like that. Why don't other mages do something that's so useful?
I wonder what the next technology is going to be that is
Jay,
like,
read.
that's really neat. That like,
Well, you know what?
Like-
I know what the anime
like,
industry
you
just had a
all
bunch of
gather-
people.
Jay Reed.
I know. I know. The ability to store magical energy is something outside yourself is unique. Even your strengthening magecraft, it involves infusing your magical energy into another object too, right? Things that pass magical energy typically change using up.
entertainment-wise, what is the cool technology nowadays?
Oh, I can
what-
tell you
what
in a
can, like,
second. Let me
blow
finish
you
this line,
away
okay?
like a
Pretending
DVD
using
projector?
up the magical energy, the effects of magecraft are instantaneously and never permanent.
You know what?
Um,
Pending, let me tell you what's the cool hip like thing, like that kind of thing, you know, for
Yeah.
entertainment wise. Our Fate Stay Night playthrough.
Well, that's a good
yeah,
point.
sure, that is.
Yeah.
I would like to say, Pending, real quick before I continue on this diatribe, is that currently right now, even Sony just recently with My Anime List and Sanrio, they currently invested in Sonium, which is Sony's Bitcoin, along with a bunch of generative AI. So they want to go into generative AI and stuff as the new technology.
I mean, I do know that AI is certainly popular right now, and I guess I can understand how generative AI might be interesting entertainment wise, because if it was ever at the point where like it could craft like entire games or shows or whatever, then you could theoretically have something custom crafted to what you specifically wanted.
All right, Pending. But
That said,
what
I
if you-
really doubt we're anywhere close to that.
Pending, what if
Yeah,
you make
but
your
they're
own
doing
AI?
it for.
So
Huh?
Pending,
What?
hear me out. You make your own AI, you distribute it,
Okay.
but it's not actually AI. And every time they put a prompt in, you type back at them.
Yes.
Of course, we don't hate on Kyrie, who is also an AI, but Kyrie's a different kind of AI, you know?
Yeah. Originally, Pending was an AI too. Now I'm a
Now
ghost
stands
boy.
for Ainu Victada. Last name.
But
Pending was an AI back when AI wasn't what it is today.
yeah, that is true. I do recall that.
How did
A
Pending?
lot of VTubers were.
How did
Yeah.
Pending gain?
I wasn't AI.
How did Pending
Yeah.
gain real
No, you were a
non-AI sentience?
I got a
They
new model.
copyrighted mouse.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah. He was a non-descript, legally distinctive mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or then he changed it out for a different nondescript, separately legally distinctive mouse.
Yeah.
Look, my warning of him being like, if you're making money off of it, you don't want lawyers coming at your ass. Let's switch it up was probably a good thing.
I just tell him that Jess doesn't say his catchphrase enough.
What was your
No, that's just
catchphrase?
you
Oh,
want him to
bitches!
have that. You
It's
just
not
want
my
him to have that
catchphrase.
Oh,
catchphrase because
bitches!
he wants him to
It's
go
me!
into Mickey Mouse
It's just
territory,
Joe.
as if that would make anything better.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It makes it worse. What my family does is make it so the magical energy flows into jewels where they become permanent objects. But other mages can do something similar to their own bodies. I'm hoping that they go into a different technology, but right now I don't think that's going to be the case. That's what magic crests are. A kind of backup magecraft mages possess.
Magic crest? Oh yeah, the secrets parents pass down to their children. I don't have anything like that, so I'm kind of clueless about them.
I guess you never know. Like there was that period of time. I don't know if this is still the case, but I remember Square Enix was like really excited about NFTs for at least a minute there.
Oh yeah, and we totally pushed on them. Yeah, but they made sure to do it in the back rooms, and they're much more quiet about it. The generative AI that they just pushed, and they're gonna start pushing it into the anime industry since they own most of it now. Anyway, wait, what did you say?
Huh? Well, I just said I don't have a magic crest. My old man had one, but I didn't inherit it.
It's just like, oh, we were just talking about generative AI. Are you interested?
Tosaka catches
I may
her
not
breath,
know what a hard drive is, but I know what generative AI.
but the next minute she seems to understand.
Rit is very passionate on that specific topic.
No wonder you're such an amateur. So you really started from zero. Then I guess there's no helping it.
Tosaka, haven't you known I don't have a magic crest for a long time now?
Of course not. If I knew, I would have never let you go out and do stuff on your own. Sure, I knew you weren't fully trained, but if you don't have a magic crest, you aren't even a mage.
She huffs and looks at me, seeming to be complaining. But what is this? Her voice sounds almost warm, like she's a little bit relieved.
Oh, was it supposed to be warm? My bad.
Like she's jealous I'm not a mage.
Well, whatever. That just means I have to teach you everything from scratch. But since you know what magic crests are, you know what a mage is. Okay, sit over there, Shiro, because I'm about to go on a long exposit. I need you to really pay attention because this is important stuff. All right, chat. I hope you got your emotes out.
Right here? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I brace myself and look straight at Tosaka.
The music even stopped.
Tosaka nods approvingly, satisfied by show of seriousness.
Music, like, okay, I'm gonna go get some food while Rin's talking.
That sounds like a good plan. I'll start with something simple. You already know that you need magical energy to use Magecraft. You can actually refer to anything that can activate Magecraft as magical energy. Oh my god, that is a repetitive sentence.
I was joking about the food thing. I was just saying that's what the band did.
It really is. There are endless varieties of magical energy. Some may use Magecraft via their own means, while some may do it by paying a price of some sort. Oh, look, it's the music from the prologue when we had our last diatribe that lasted about 30 minutes. You at least know that, right? When she was talking to herself in her head.
You're talking about mana and Ode, right? Mana is the magical energy that can found throughout the world, while Ode is the magical energy an individual can create themselves.
Yep, good job. Let me start by explaining the types of Magecraft that use mana.
I imagine she like put a little sticker on his paper. It's like, good job, here's one sticker.
You know, a little gold star on his forehead.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job.
Directly to the forehead.
Listen, mages who don't have so much history like you employ something that has already taken form to use magical energy. I got a little burpy bubble stuck in my throat. It's a method based on a long-established system of rituals using offerings to make contact with mystics. It's called formalcraft, a negotiation technique where a mage prepares a compensation of sorts to make a deal because their own power is insufficient. This way, even a caster with weak magical energy can use Magecraft. They don't need to use their own magical energy because they're borrowing it from somewhere else, from mana. So the caster only has to perform a ritual. But you need knowledge to pull something like this off. You're not at the right level to do something like this. Besides, something reeking of blood probably wouldn't be your style anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do stuff like sacrifice chickens or pray for a whole night inside a magic circle.
Right?
I'll just stick to the hot rods.
Yeah, just stick hot rods in my bag. It'll be fine. Then let's move on and talk about Odd, Magecraft that uses mage's own power. This probably doesn't bear mentioning, but it is a basic method for using Magecraft you and I practice. Your strengthening Magecraft only uses your own magic circuits without using anybody else's power, right?
I nod. It seems she's getting into the nitty-gritty stuff now.
Right. The magic circuits that function to create your own magical energy are a hereditary trait passed down through generations. Magic circuits are forged over many generations, and get more powerful as they're passed down to the next generation and so on. The child of a mage family is already fit to use magical energy because of this. It may not be fair, but don't you dare to make the text go away in the middle of my reading.
Calm
You
down.
and I had different starting points.
I know that. It doesn't bother me. Keep going.
I wasn't too worried about that either. But whatever. Anyway, other than magic circuits, mage families also have secret magecrafts that they cultivate over generations. It's similar to my jewels you saw earlier. Once a certain magecraft is mastered, a mage can physically hold their magecraft. Do you know what the feeling of getting a hold of magecraft is? I stick one in my back all the time, even though it's typically shapeless and simply devised.
I don't, but I'm guessing it's like becoming part of your body.
What do you mean you don't?
Bingo!
You're lying to her.
You are definitely putting a hot rod up your back every week. I don't know why you couldn't think that might be what we're talking about here.
It's
Magecraft
not
that
a
goes beyond.
metaphor.
It's not a metaphor. Magecraft that goes beyond the realm of principle and becomes a part of you, then becomes tangible. It's a feat that can authenticate an otherwise unstable magecraft, and at the same time, it becomes the testimony of a mage's existence. And when a mage is on the brink of death, they pass down their great accomplishments to their successor in the form of a crest. It's their way of telling their successor to go further, to places they were unable to reach, and that their crest may be of some use to them. Now, to be honest, both the one handing down the crest and the one receiving it know it's of no help.
Huh? What? Are you saying that something so awesome is useless?
It is useful. An ordinary mage would consider a single crest to be like a security blanket. It's that helpful. But then again, it's like getting a car. No matter how fast it's going on the road, it's never going to take you to the moon.
Huh?
To the moon. Just forget that part. Let's move on. You might know this already, but this crest is what's called a magic crest. The head of the mage family spends their entire life completing their magecraft and makes...
Her magic crest is a USB stick with like a couple Bitcoin on it. She's like, it's going to the moon. You gotta believe me.
I'm glad you understood what I was saying when I said that. Anyway, the head of the mage family spends their entire life completing their magecraft and makes it into a crest to pass it down to their descendants. And the descendant completes another magecraft and adds it to the crest, which gets passed down to the next descendant.
And
The
that's
magic
why
crest...
and that's why you should buy GameStop.
The magic crest gets more complex as it passes from generation to generation, but it's also a constraint mages can't escape.
So what you're saying is that the entire history of a mage family is recorded in these magic crests.
No, that's not it. Family records are recorded in books. Magic crests only contain magecraft. It can cast spells on its own, or it can let you use magecraft you haven't mastered yet. In simpler terms, it's like having magic circles engraved on your body.
Huh? Then doesn't that mean you can engrave the crest into anyone? If magic crest is all you need, then you can draw as many as you want, as long as you know its shape.
That's not how it works. Mage crests are like living things. It's more like transplanting an organ. There's only one organ, so you can't split it amongst other people or copy it. There's no point in splitting a heart in half. I mean, it depends on how much of a heart you need, because it just stopped working, right?
Oh, yeah, you have a point. Does that mean you also have a crest implanted into you?
Does that mean you also have a heart?
Did they give
I don't
you one?
know. Some people think that I don't have a heart because I'm a meanie. Implanted is pretty backwards way to put it, if I do say so myself. In my case, it's on my left arm. It covers my entire left arm from my shoulders to my hand. Okay, that's even more confusing because earlier she said she didn't, but whatever. It doesn't show up as long as I'm not... Okay, that makes more sense then. It doesn't show up as long as I'm not using it. So I don't have to hide it like with command spells. So that's why a mage family only has a single heir. If a family has multiple siblings, typically any not chosen to be the successor would not be taught magecraft and would instead live an ordinary life. The magic crest can't be passed down to them, so there's no point in them being a mage.
Yeah, Shinji said that too. I get it. So that's why Sakura wasn't taught any magecraft.
Right, but the crest inheritance stopped a few generations ago in the Mato family, so I assumed Shinji only learned about magecraft. Honestly, those are the most annoying sorts out there. They can't really feel what magecraft is, but they still try to use it.
Tosaka sighs a deep breath, swearing gently, quietly, not gently.
Fucking mages. Well, I was supposed to teach you magecraft, but we got a little sidetracked.
Sorry about the tangent, Rin Tosaka says.
And we talked about Blu-rays at some point. It was a little intense. I also need to come up with a different approach now that I
Like, that's
know
not the part
you
that
don't
bothered
have
me. It's like the 30 minutes where you tried to explain to me why Bitcoin is awesome. That was a little off-putting.
You're right. Let's call it a night for now. I'll prepare some things for you tomorrow, so we'll do more then.
Oh?
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll start teaching you about the other cryptocurrencies.
Oh boy. Oh, I'll just have to trust you then. And what do you mean you're going to prepare things?
It's just like
I don't really actually know anything about crypto, so I hope you're not expecting this running gag to happen more than just that mood reference.
Doge recently.
The only thing I can tell you about crypto is that it's destroying the environment. I mean, a lot of things since you have no crest, but don't have a switch. I'm going to go in and tamper with your body, so we'll need medicine and other tools.
From the dot, a chill runs down my spine.
Am I sticking her hand up? Is she sticking her hand up his spine?
That seems to be the go-to for magecraft.
What? I'll stop if you don't want to do it. But if so, there won't be much I can teach you.
Well, I don't want to, but I'm still going to ask you. Whatever you say is probably the right way to go.
Are you sure about that? I hope you didn't skip any dialogue. That felt like you skipped something, but I don't think
No, I
did.
didn't do anything.
It's the animation, I know.
Yeah.
Then that's what we'll do tomorrow. Oh, right. Are you planning on training with Saber tomorrow, too?
Huh? Well, yeah, I'm concerned about the bounded field over the school, but there's still some time before it activates. I want to at least be able to fight by then.
Oh, I see. Well, not that it's important to me, but it seems like you and Saber aren't getting along. What?
Well, that...
You managed to talk normally before dinner, but you got all quiet at dinner. I don't know how to read. I just want to check. Are you two getting along? If you two end up bickering during battle, I'm going to suffer the consequences too, you know.
It's just that something happened right before dinner, and now things are awkward. That's all, but I'm not sure if Saber and I are really getting along. When I spent all day dueling her, I think I got a sense of what Saber is like. I trust Saber as an ally, no question about that. But if someone asked me how I feel about Saber in the other senses, I wouldn't know how to answer. Because I... lost all sense in that very moment.
I've gone absolutely heads over heels for her.
It's hard to say. But what about you, Tosaka? Do you like Saber? He is pretty heads over heel, and he doesn't even understand it.
Why would I have to like Saber? That's not my servant. Anyway, I do. There's something about her I don't like, really. She's strong, polite, and pretty. A huge difference from my Mr. Cynic.
Huh? I see. So you like Saber.
What? All I said was I like more about her than I don't. Quit being so blunt, or you'll make enemies.
I refuse.
I'm being a tsundere.
I've never been good with words anyway. Says Shiro Emiya. No truer thing has ever been said by Shiro Emiya.
That is exactly true. I figured as much. You're never sarcastic or cynical. I bet you think of me as loud and annoying.
Why would I think that? I like the way you say things. Otherwise, I wouldn't feel like it's really coming from you.
Yeah, but I don't have blonde hair, apparently. What?
Crap. I might have struck a nerve. Tosaka turns away, pouting. ... But I have to admit, I feel a little better, even happy, knowing that Tosaka likes Saber.
And so that way I can start building a harem if I wanted to.
The day ends. I still feel uneasy with Saber sleeping so close by, so I escape to the shed. ... I stop and look at the winter sky. Not because the night sky is particularly beautiful. I'm just feeling the winter chill in the days.
Like, got a decent sleep.
Look, Hio can only sleep decently in a shed.
Okay.
That is true. He says that he can only sleep well in his shed, and that's after he does Magecraft, which makes it so he doesn't sleep that often.
I'm just feeling
Too
the
many
winter chill in the
nightmares,
days.
PTSD shit, and all that jazz.
Doing nothing, because it calms me. I don't know how much time passed. I think I hear footsteps in the darkness. Who's there?
Click, 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 click.
There's no answer. Footsteps approach, and I feel a piercing presence. ... I crouch, ready to jump back any time. Hey, I asked you who's there. There's no answer. The footsteps never stop, and the person finally appears before me.
Oh. ... Oh. Pending is going to talk today.
It's the
I don't
servant
know.
who fought Lancer at school the other night. The red-armored knight Saber beat when she leaped over the wall. Yeah, put it like that. Are you Tosaka's servant, Archer? The man's lips curve upward. He smiled, so I can take that as a confirmation.
I feel like that was more of a question than an answer. ...
Something about him annoys me. Oh, fucking sure. I mean, for no reason I can really understand. I found myself irritated. I can't make myself like this guy. Fucking sure. I never talked to him before. Jay, what's wrong, Jay?
I didn't say anything.
I never talked to him before, and he's never attacked me before. But I realize something the instant I see his face. I can't respect this man. There's no reason for it that I can think of, but he and I aren't going to get along. Jay!
I'm sorry!
Jay, what's wrong with you?
I'm probably not the only one who feels like this. Archer probably feels, he same way, of course. He feels he same way.
He same way.
He same way. There must be a total of 3 people in the world with whom I'm just completely
Who
incompatible.
the fuck translated this?
That's how bad it is. I wouldn't be surprised.
There's just like grammatical mistakes. There's a lot of text in this, so I'm just guessing that they just missed a mistake.
That's how bad it is.
I don't
I wouldn't
know,
be surprised
it's
if he was irritable around me
Bandcam.
too. No, that was her. Kind of. That was her. He says there's at least 3 people in the world he's just completely incompatible with, and in the last 7 days, he's met 2 of them. Archer and a priest. He hasn't even actually talked to Archer yet.
What do you mean? Well, he wasn't incompatible with the priest.
He
Yes,
just
he
said,
is.
he straight up said, I don't like this guy.
He did say that. He does
He had a
not.
delightful time.
But if it makes you feel better.
What do you want? I thought you were going to stay on guard until your wounds healed up.
That is my intention. The moment my wounds heal, I'm putting an end to this ridiculous alliance you two formed. So I've remained a spectator all this time, since I believe there was nothing for me to say to you.
Don't let me stop you from spectating then. There's nothing I want to talk to you about either.
As much as I would like to do that, there's just one thing I cannot overlook. The metal rod. Why? I hear you don't intend to let Saber fight.
What's wrong with that? My reply is impulsive. ... He glares. With a fair amount of hostility, Archer makes it clear he sees right through me.
I knew it. Only a brat would do something like that. You won't accept help from anyone. You'll just do everything yourself. On top of it all, you don't want any casualties. That mentality disgusts me.
What? You have no right to tell me that. I'm only doing what I think is right. You have no reason to complain.
I do, actually. As a fellow servant, I understand Saber's hardship. Saber has a heavy weight to carry with a master like you.
Gah! He's not lying. But what really ticks me off is I didn't want to hear this from him, of all people. Screw you, I'm gonna burn the Saber. I'm going to fight in her place, so there shouldn't be a problem.
Are you saying she won't get hurt as long as she doesn't fight? Servants only exist to fight. Forbidding her to fight is blasphemous. Though, I doubt there's any point in telling you that.
Take that YouTube comment. This is exactly what I said would happen. Exactly like that.
He really did say, "You're such a brat."
Having said what was on his mind, Archer falls silent. A few minutes pass. The two of us just stare at each other. ... I gulp. His cold stare seems to be trying to probe my insides. And then suddenly...
So, what's your plan, Master of Saber?
The Red Knight seems calm as he
Saber
speaks his question.
master.
What do you mean?
Do you really expect this war to end without fighting? Do you really think you'll never fight or kill anyone?
I never said I won't fight. I'll fight if I need to fight.
I see. But you won't kill anyone when you fight?
Yeah, got a problem with that?
I have no intention of butting into your moronic reasons for doing what you do. I don't have the time. And I'm just not crazy enough to try.
Archer turns his back to me.
Don't get things confused, though. This champion of justice you're pretending to be? Nothing more than a cleaner. You should know that only the survivor is going to have a chance to save anyone that way. ...
I don't know why, but it felt like Archer was just beating me up for no reason. Wait, what do you mean champion of justice is just a cleaner?
You should have figured it out by now. Listen, your approach won't undo a tragic death. That's the limitation you're working within. A champion of justice is someone who can only clean up a mess that's already been made. You'll never be able to save the very people you're hoping to save. ...
That's not true. The idea that you can't save the person you're reaching out to save is wrong.
An ideal like that? Oh, an ideal is just that, an ideal. As long as you hold to that ideal, the friction between it and reality will only get more intense. That's the path you're on right now. Someday, you're going to face reality, and you'll have to pay the price. The choices you've made will cost many, many lives.
What?
You should at least be prepared. By the time you realize how narrow-minded you've been, you'll have to figure out how to fix it, and who to punish for it. If you can't do that, then I suggest you abandon both your dream and your magecraft right now.
Archer disappears into the darkness.
Oh wait, is Archer still talking?
Yeah, he's still talking, still being, mysterious.
Okay, I did my cool anime exit and then I continued. Okay.
Yep.
Listen, apparently I will continue. No matter what anyone does, there will always be those who can't be saved. All your ideal will let you save is the ideal itself. There is so little a human can do. But even so...
Hey, wait, what the hell are you trying to say? My question is swallowed up by the darkness. Archer is already gone. I'm just talking to empty air. What the hell's with him? He just showed up, unloaded a bunch of crap on me, and disappeared. He was telling me my thinking's too idealistic, and I'm going to suffer for it soon. But how can I decide something is wrong before I've even tried it? I'm ready. If I'm wrong, I'll just have to pay for my mistake in my next life.
No, just in my life, not my next life.
Yeah, with my life.
With my life, yes. That's my resolve as a mage. Archer doesn't have to remind me of that.
Remember, he doesn't know that there might be alternative timelines. There's just one.
I really can't
Yeah.
stand that guy.
He doesn't
But-
know that we're already on Shiro like number 5.
But something he said bothers me. No matter what anyone does, there will always be those who can't be saved. There is so little a human can do. But even so, can I keep pursuing my ideal without ever looking back? I muttered to myself.
I feel like that's awfully similar to what his dad said, his adopted dad.
It is. It felt like what Archer wanted to say. Save, 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 save,
We finding out that Archer is actually Kitsurugi.
save. We did it.
We did it?
All right.
Wait, is Archer somehow Shiro's dad?
You can take whatever guess you want, Pending. I won't stop you.
I mean, Shiro's dad, cool guy and all. I wouldn't say he's a man of myth or legend.
You don't know that. Maybe he is a man of myth or legend.
I get-
I
you
gotta
know
go
what?
sneak out. So I'll
Alright.
see you guys next time.
You don't need to sneak out. You can just go.
Bye.
Don't worry. I believe in you.
Yeah, we're ending soon. It's okay.
I know. I
Go,
tried
go,
to sneak in.
Go, go, go.
Bye, bye, bye.
Go, go, go. She's gone.
Yeah.
I missed her already.
Yeah. Maybe he is a man of myth or legend. I guess we'll find out next time.
Next time on Fate's Day Night 13. It's a spooky number next time.
Ooh,
Will
spooky
we have
number.
a bad end?
We could.